Hey everybody, how you doing? This is another episode of the Imperfect Life podcast. I am here with Cruz Gamez. Sorry, Cruz Gamez. I just got done talking to him about how I didn't know his last name, and I've known him for like a year. I've always called him Cruz, and and he was kind of explaining to me how what his name is and how it works, and what most people call him, I guess. So I'll let him explain that.
Yeah. First, I want to say it's an honor to be on this podcast, man. It's exciting. So my name, first name is Guadalupe
Yeah.
Gamez, and sorry, I was always known as Junior because I'm named after my dad, and I was Junior all throughout school, elementary and high school.
Yeah.
And then when I graduated, I was like in my 2021. I had in the span of 1 week. I had 3 older gentlemen tell me you're too darn big to be called Junior. So I was like, okay, there's a sign for that. I mean, 3 times in a row, like that's a coincidence. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna name myself Guadalupe either, even though it's a beautiful name. I was like, I can't be called Guadalupe because it's hard to remember. Yeah. So I was like, okay, Cruz is my middle name. That's my dad goes by as well for his business, and everybody knows him as Cruz.
Okay.
So it's gonna be Cruz, and it's a lot easier for people to remember both of our names when we're working together. So
yeah, for sure. For sure. That's cool.
Yeah, that's why I changed it to Cruz.
Yeah. I've just always called you Cruz.
Yeah.
Like it never. I was never in a situation where I needed to know your last name. You know what I mean? So it was always just Cruz. What's up?
Yeah.
So what do you do with your dad? What is I know you work in a business with your dad. What do you guys do?
Yeah, so it's actually his business. We do epoxy floor coatings. That's what we do. He started the company back in 2006, 2007, and I've been working with him since I was 10 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 10 years old. And when I tell people I have 15 years experience with epoxy floor coatings, they're like, you're too young to have that much experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been working with him since I was 10, and it's just him and I working.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just us two.
Oh, wow.
My sister every once in a while helps out. And then that's pretty much it. It's just us, the family thing.
Yeah. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have one. I have one sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 20 years old. I'm 25, and it's us two.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our 2 dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how is business?
Right now, business is great. It's and like this year has been crazy. Honestly, we've been getting a lot of people that are. So where I live is Green Valley, Arizona. It's a retirement community, and I live in a spot where there's no HOA. It's also like a weird thing to see me. I'm young, and I live in this area. People are like, what? Like I'll go to the gym, the recreation center.
Yeah.
And it's like known for it to be 55 plus.
Yeah.
So people are always questioning if I'm out of town or I'm coming to visit or something. What am I doing here?
Yeah.
And so I live in Green Valley, and I forgot where I was going with that. What was the question? I'm sorry.
How's business?
Business. So with it being a retirement community, a lot of snowbirds come, and they move from the Midwest over here, because in the winter time is like the best. It's warm. They love it. And what we've had a lot of people doing right now, as of right now, they're trying to get their house situated.
Yeah.
So they bought their house. They already closed on it. But before they come back and move everything, they want us to do the floor.
Right.
So like July and August are our least busiest months of the year. And this year it's been super busy.
Yeah.
So that's been great. And then when the people come back, snowbirds come back, we get even busier. So
wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
So it's good. Can't complain. We've been waking up at 3 a.m. though. That's been different. Yeah, waking up at 3 a.m. was we usually wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock.
Okay.
But like we'll go to work we'll wake up at 3 a.m. We leave at 3:30. We'll get to the job site at like 4:15, 4 o'clock, because everything's like super close, all of our job sites. And by the time we're done and everything, it's like 5:10, 5:15. And we're going to the next job site. The material that we already mixed is already solid. It's already mixed. So then that's like cool morning, nothing, it's not hot.
Right.
So when we get to our next job site, the sun's already out. We got to move quick.
Right.
Yeah, because that stuff sets up on you really quickly.
Yeah. What do you do? What do you get? How many jobs you get in a day usually?
In a day we can do 3, but we normally do 2 jobs in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to push it too much because some people like they'll be working at like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
12. Can't stuff sets up on you
Yeah.
really fast with the way that we do it with epoxy. A lot of people do water base. Even then, that still reacts pretty quickly. I haven't done with water base. I do our process is 100% epoxy as the base coat, urethane coat. On top of that, the next day with the flakes, and then clear coat, urethane clear coat.
Okay.
Yeah. So
how's that differ from like the stuff you buy at Home Depot and do it on your own? Like I don't even know how that stuff works. I think they just paint it on and throw flakes on it, right? The stuff from Home Depot?
yeah, so the way the process works at Home Depot, I haven't done it personally. I don't even know what the process is or what kits they come with.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a lot of problems. Like this is why it's hard for us to hire people. Like we don't have anybody working with us. Like I said, just my dad and I, and my sister, every once in a while.
Yeah.
For us to hire someone and the way that everyone else does it, it can be done in one day. Epoxy coating. It can be done in one day, and it'll look great for 6 months, a year. We don't know when it's gonna happen, but it does lift up.
Okay.
And other companies do it great, and they do a full coverage of chips. And what ends up happening is with the full coverage of chips, it's a lot easier to repair it because if a hot tire picks it up, you come back and you just grind that area, do the coating, throw the chips on there, clear coat, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Over time, you start looking like a quilt. That's what we end up seeing with a lot of jobs. So with Home Depot product, they're rolling it on. They first clean the floor. They can grind it. They acid etch it. The way that we do, we acid etch. That's how we prep the floor.
Okay.
And hit it with ammonia to neutralize it. And then we pressure wash, clean it up. And then we do the other process, like I explained it, epoxy, urethane coat, urethane clear coat. What they do is clean it however they're going to prep it. And then they put they roll that coating down, the mixture, and they give you like a bag of chips, just from what I've been told.
Yeah.
And it looks good. Looks good for like I said, 6 months, maybe a year or so.
Yeah.
It does pick up. We've had where real estate agents want us to do the floor.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, just like slap paint on it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And it's like if they see our truck out there and they see us doing it and it's like done poorly, it's not good.
Right.
Not good for us because you did the floor, you touched it, and the neighbor saw it. Whoever saw it, it's like it's picking up. That's not a good name for us. So my dad, people always assume that our floors pick up. Like hot tire pickup never picks up. It's like great product. The great way of how we do it as well. Yeah.
What's the price difference on how much you guys charge compared to maybe some of the other people?
Actually, we're not that big of a difference. We're pretty competitive. The other companies they do. I've heard it where we have the same pricing. Other times we're like $500 difference, $1,000 difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really great at marketing.
Yeah.
I won't say who it is, but they're phenomenal at marketing. I can't I give them credit for that. You know, one thing at the beginning, my dad told me is like these guys are gonna advertise for us, and I'm like, well, what do you mean? He said, well, it's like the marketing strategy of having a Pepsi machine next to a Coca-Cola machine. I said, what do you mean? He said, at the beginning, you're not even thinking about having a soda, but now you're choosing whether to have a Pepsi or a Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm.
So now do I want a company that's like well marketed and well known, or a small company with someone that has reputable, has referrals from people all over? And That's exactly what happened. When they started advertising a lot, we never saw advertisements like that. You know what? One thing that we saw a huge difference. People never asked us, "Did you grind the floors before you started? Like, do you grind your floors before you start doing the coating?" And that's their main way of selling it. Like they're like, "Oh, that's how you prep a floor."
Yeah.
And yeah, you can. That's like if there's already existing coating on a floor, it's already lifting up. You want to grind that to the bare concrete.
Right.
So when we started getting those questions, my dad, he was just like, "No, we don't grind it unless if there's an existing coating." Okay, click. They're hanging up on him.
Oh wow.
And then he was like, "Well, what's going on here?" And then they were asking, "Are you using epoxy?" Like, yeah, we use epoxy, and then just hang up right away.
Why?
So,
Seems like epoxy's always better than everything else.
So
At least
right,
for you know,
yeah,
from
yeah,
what I understand.
you're right. That's exactly from like the perspective of like, okay, someone who's been around, like you're I'm sorry, contractor as well, or handyman.
I've done construction my whole life,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah. So you hear
yeah.
about that stuff. So a normal like a house resident, they don't know. They're getting marketed saying that polyaspartic is the best, and polyaspartic is a hybrid between epoxy and polyurethane, just one.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can do your own research and look into it. I'll
Yeah.
send you some stuff as well. So that together, it's great because you can put it down in one day, it'll be done. You can
Yeah.
drive on it the next day. It's great. It's fast. It's moving.
Right.
And people, and these guys are saying it's 10 times stronger than epoxy, 4 times stronger, 100 times stronger. And they're advertising, and we're like looking at these photos. And we're like, okay, which one is it? Like, is it 10 times stronger? You know, being a little bit cocky, being a little bit arrogant, saying that kind of stuff. But then we're like, okay, well, what do we say so people don't just hang up on us and they just like discard us completely? We started saying another thing is our warranty. We have a 5-year warranty.
Okay.
And we've had customers where like battery acid will eat through anything.
Yeah.
Battery acid like eats away at the coating. We come back and we take care of that, even after the 5-year warranty. Still our name. We still want to make it look nice. We'll still take care of it. We'll charge them for the price of the material, which is not that big of a deal.
Right.
But we still have to come back every day. So it's still the 4-day process. We'll still come back.
Okay.
Yeah. So the way we like combat that, we're just asking them questions like, "Why are you asking me if I grind the floors?" "Well, I just heard that's the way it's supposed to be prepped." And it's like, that's a great question. So the way that we do our process, we acid etch it and then we neutralize the ammonia. The reason you're being told that you have to grind to the bare concrete is because that's how they prep the floor, and you can't use water with polyaspartic. Can't use water with polyaspartic. And then they were like, okay, well, then they started asking us questions.
Yeah.
And then that's when we pretty much told them, like, ours takes 4 days, theirs takes 1 day. Ours cures give another 3 days. So total like 7 to 9 days that you're not allowed to use the floor. And I say 7 to 9. 7 is like in the summertime. 9 is during the wintertime. You know, like it takes longer to dry, longer to cure. And another way that we like pretty much sold them on it as well is like we've pretty much done every street in Green Valley, at least one on each street.
Yeah.
A lot of new homes are coming up as well, so we do. We tell them we've done your neighbors down the street. We literally look them up and tell them like we've done this floor. You can see floors that we've done on driveways, like that's done like 5 years ago, and we've done jobs 14 years ago. And take a look at those as well. And our customers literally turn into our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Really great people.
That's cool.
So which
is the best way to advertise anyway, with 100%. Customers who consider themselves your friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I honestly like people have seen me grow up over the years. Like, when I was like 10 years old, I had a customer the other day. It was this lady. She was out of town, so we're just there showing up to do the work. And my dad's pressure washing while putting everything away. And this gentleman comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, are you Junior?" I said, "Yeah, I'm Junior." He says, "You're about this tall when you did my floor." I was like, was I like 10 years old? He's like, "I think I was one of your first jobs." I said, "No kidding." I wish I would have taken a picture. I don't know why I didn't take a picture. I was just more in like the thought process of like, wow, this is one of my first floors.
Yeah.
Sure enough, I go over there, take a look at it. And it's he has this old Ford, the one of the first automobiles, a Ford.
Oh yeah, like a Model T or something.
Yeah, like that. He has it on the floor, and he's like, "I'm so glad I went with you guys. Everyone else has done their floor and everything. They always are jealous of mine." I'm like, "God, that makes you feel good. That's cool." This is one of my first jobs, so yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, man, it's
that's
so
real
sick.
Cool. Yeah. What do you guys Do you guys have any thoughts of like expanding or growing or getting bigger, or not really, just because it's the problems with hiring people, or what do you
Um,
see like in the future with the business? Because you were
so
telling me the other day that your mom and dad want to travel and stuff like that. So is that something you can do all on your own, or are you gonna have to try to find somebody to kind of help you out?
so we don't want to expand. That's number one. And my dad doesn't want me taking over the business because he wants me to find my own way, do my own thing. He said
Okay.
this whole epoxy thing, I want it to be like your plan C. So I
Oh,
have
okay.
another skill set in videography, photography. He's like, that's your plan B. Just find other skill sets, find something else to do.
Yeah.
So, but this is like the way we put food on our table and a roof over our heads. So our main thing right now is Airbnb. We have Airbnbs at our place, and he's like, we have, we're literally house hacking our house. And then to go back to like expanding the company, he doesn't want to do that. It's like one job a month if we want to do that. And the Airbnb stuff, it will be able to give us that we have enough to pay for a mortgage and everything, food, groceries, everything, and then enough to travel for them to travel, do their thing while I'm
Yeah.
figuring my own stuff out.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm 25, still living with mom and dad. I'm still just trying to find my way, work on
Yeah.
myself, and just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts or what are your feelings about what you want to do in the future?
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I That's the one thing that's like really like getting to me is I have so many skill sets. I've done Amazon FBA, I've done e-commerce, I've ran ads, I'm doing Airbnb right now. I know epoxy, I know all this stuff, and it's like I'm still trying to figure that question out myself. What
Yeah.
do I want to do?
Right.
So I mean, we met through real estate, going to the real estate event. Shout out to Eddie Marin. He's the one that runs the Bash Bros event here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we met there. And I was just all about doing real estate. I wanted to do wholesaling. That's all I wanted to do. And it just came to a point where I was taking time away from my family. Like it was consuming me completely. Never made a deal happen. And then I was like, and I had a great opportunity to continue working and work with a great team. But then I'm like, you know what? For me to step away from the table at dinner, I always told myself I'm not going to be that type of person. And business happens. I seen it with my dad when we just have to stop everything and like go do something.
Yeah.
Like it happened the other day where we had an unexpected job come up.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, we sold it. I sold it on Saturday. That job, I went to do the estimate. Sold it on Saturday, and we started it on a Monday. My dad came up to get the material up here in Phoenix. He drove back, that type of thing. I'm cool with that, but like every once in a while, but every day, constantly, me personally, that's not for me.
Yeah.
So when in real estate, like, and I'd like to hear your thoughts as well. Like, you're getting messages like, "Hey, I'm interested in that property," or "Hey, I need you to I want to talk to this person." You got to be the middleman sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's huge. You got to be available, basically.
Yeah.
And that for me was like kind of eye opening to me. Like I don't want to do that.
Okay.
That was the main thing for me. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, I think that like with in the journey that we've had in the last couple of years with real estate, it's especially when you're starting out, there's so much time and work and effort you put into it. And I think usually with most people, you hear the stories, that this guy got into real estate and just, got a deal 3 days later and made
Yeah.
50 grand on it, which absolutely happens. You know what I mean? But that's not the average. That's not the typical way that it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after that first deal, all the rest of them were probably just, he was going through the same thing we were going through,
I hear that a
Um,
lot.
and I think that, but at the same time, I think you have to be in the right mindset to build a real estate, or build any business,
Yeah.
really. You know what I mean? You have to understand that there's going to be an adjustment period. There's going to be a period where you work your ass off all the time, and there's not much coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then what's your goal? What's your long term goal? What's your short term goal? I think with me, it was I've done a lot of personal work, and so my mindset in the last couple of years has grown exponentially in the way I think personally, with business, with real estate, even like my thoughts about what I want. Sorry, I'm not really that tired. It was just a yawn right in the middle.
All good.
But like originally when I thought about getting into real estate, like when I was in prison, I was reading a lot of real estate books the last couple of years. I was in prison, and to me, that was the first time I saw a pathway for me that I could pursue. I learned how to tattoo in prison, so I figured I'd get out, get a job doing construction, do tattooing on the side, eventually replace construction with tattooing, or do both for a while, throw some money, in the bank, and then use that to get into real estate. And then I started going to ASREA, which is the Arizona Real Estate Association. And met some people there, and met some people and getting into mobile homes, and I thought that was pretty interesting. And then I got into Gator with Pace. I read one of Pace's books. Didn't even know who he was. I just, Wealth Without Cash. Thought that was a good book to read, so I read it. And, learned about Pace through reading his book, which I think normally it's the other way around. Most people see him online, you know what I mean? And then I started looking at his Instagram and his YouTube and stuff like that. And I joined Gator, his lending community, which was super eye-opening, just all the different ways you can lend money, And then got into Sub 2 about 6 months later, and Sub 2 is just a whole other beast, man. It's like drinking it from a fire hose, you know what I mean? Trying to get all the information.
Yeah.
But my mindset even changed around why I wanted to do what I wanted to do through being in the different communities and meeting people, and like trying to figure out where that fit into my life. But like it originally started out as I wanted to get into real estate to take care of me. You know what I mean? Then I had a girlfriend. I was like, well, I want to take care of me and my girlfriend. You know what I mean? And then it went to, well, I'd like to be able to, like, if there's anybody in my family that needs some help or is having a hard time, like maybe give them a job or show them what I do and teach them what I do and help uplift them.
Yeah.
And then being in the community and being in the group, like it was, and then I read the book, The Go-Giver, and that's an amazing book. And then the way seeing how Pace just like goes out of his way to really try to help people and grow people, and like the whole community has that same attitude. And it's really strange to be around so many people that really genuinely want to help you and like are so positive, Yeah. And so that helped change my mindset too, to where now I want a business that's big enough to fit other people inside. You know what I mean? Yeah. So not just me, not just my family, not just my friends, but like, like my Mount Everest has kind of gotten to the point that I'd like to have a business big enough that I'm somebody that people who maybe have some drug problems or who are just getting out of prison that have never had a regular job and never like really had a pathway that they could see, that they could follow, that they had confidence in, that could do something positive for their life. I want to provide that. Amazing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there's a lot of people who don't want to change, who go into prison. They don't want to change. They're happy to just be whatever they were. They go to prison, spend most of their time trying to figure out how to be a better criminal, how to stay out a little bit longer this next time. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not really, let them do what they do. You know what I mean? But I'm looking for the people. I want to build a business that's big enough that when I find people who are like me, who are just like, man, I'm 35 years old and I've never had a job. You know what I mean? But I've made 10 grand a week in my lifetime. You know what I mean? For periods of my lifetime, and take that person and be like, well, let me help you. Let me help you find another pathway and teach you a better way to do things, and so you don't go back to what you're doing. And maybe I get them a job just doing construction, on a mobile home flip, and working for somebody that's working for me. I like that. And hey, you don't, show up on time, don't do drugs, and work your ass off and learn everything you can learn. And, we'll meet back up in 6 months or a year, and we'll see how you're doing and what you're doing. And I'll keep in touch with the guy they work with. And, if he's one of my best guys, he hustles, he this, that. If you show that you really give a shit, I'll move you to another position in my company. And then same thing. And then I'll move you to another position. So I'll kind of bring you, I want to do what I would do, like maybe with my own kid. If I had a kid, you know what I mean? If I had a kid when he's, I don't want to just give, I don't have a kid, but like if I had a kid, I don't want to give my kid my company.
Right.
I want my kid to go, when he's 16 years old, go get a job on the construction site.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All summer long, I want you to work on the construction site for whatever they're going to pay you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that perspective.
I'm not going to give you $25 an hour if everybody else is making 20. You know what I mean? You're going to go make $20 an hour. You're going to work your ass off. And I hear you're fooling around and you don't give a shit. Then he can fire you.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want you to learn how to do everything in the company, so that when you get to the position where you can take it over and I can hand it to you, you respect everybody and everything, and you respect the journey.
Yeah.
And you know how to do everything. Yeah. And so I kind of want to be able to do that with people who are looking for something better.
I like
maybe
that.
Help them and do that, and then eventually get them to a point where, like, hey, let me throw a little bit of money into this investment as you try to start your own company. You don't have to work for me forever. You know what I mean? If you want to, I'll give you a job forever. You know what I mean? But if you want to go start your own thing, that's cool too. Let me invest in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Help get you started in that. I've seen you go through this pathway, so I know you. I know your journey. I know your commitment. I know your hard work.
I like that.
So it's kind of grown to the point where it's encompassed all of that. So I guess all that, to my little ADD moment, my bunny path went all the way over here. But to go back to your original question, it was a little tough trying to find my place. I did wholesaling for a while, and it was just a lot of work for not much of a payoff. I was part of a couple teams, and so if we got a contract, I would have been a snippet on that team, which was fine because it was a growth period for me. It was me going from not really being on the phones, which I don't mind getting on the phone, but I'm not talking to people, but I don't know how to close people yet on creative finance. You know what I mean? So it was great for me. It was a great start for me to kind of trial by fire, get me into a position where I learned the lingo. I learned what I was doing. Then I forced me into a situation where I had to learn what I was talking about and understand creative finance in a way that I could explain it to people, and then I would use those opportunities to kind of talk to people a little bit longer. And then when I got stuck, then I would just be like, you know what, let me set an appointment with my partner. He can kind of answer those questions for you,
Literally the same experience. I was like with a bunch of groups and doing that kind of stuff. A lot of people from the meetup we go to, they were creating groups, and that was fun. Learned exactly the same experience. Learning so much lingo and how to work the deals and stuff. I would go to my local. I'm from Tucson or Green Valley, which is 20 minutes of Tucson. There's meetups there, and met some great people. That's where I met Eddie at one of those meetups.
Oh, really?
Didn't know who they were or anything. They came down to speak, and I asked them hey, how much is it? And it's free, you can come whenever. It's every Friday, and I showed up the next Friday and went for 8 months straight. Every Friday. Yeah, I missed probably one, but that experience really taught me how to exactly help people out in tough situations.
Right.
There was one that was down in Green Valley. This lady, she had no family, no friends. Didn't even have a stove in her house, man. It was bare bones. My dad actually went out to go do an estimate for her, and she wanted to do the whole floor, and it was just concrete. It looked like. Have you ever been to bingo and used the stamps?
Yeah.
Okay. It literally looked like somebody had daubers. They're called daubers, as they are.
Okay.
And she looked like they used it all throughout the floor. In the concrete. In the concrete. I don't know how you even get that kind of look on the floor. So she wanted him to grind it and do the epoxy coating, and then he's asking her questions well, why are you trying to do that? Your money's better spent renovating the house.
Yeah.
It's well, I'm single, and she has MS, multiple sclerosis. And she took down the doors of every room so she can be mobile in it.
Oh,
and she wanted top dollar for her property. The houses in the area were probably selling for, if I remember correctly, $240,000. and she was trying to sell it for like 260.
Oh,
No,
man.
280. She had
And
280.
it needed work.
It needed so much work. She
Yeah.
already tried putting it on sale with a real estate agent, didn't work out. And I can't. And then he's like, "Well, you should talk to my son. Maybe he can guide you in the right direction." And so I went out there. I talked to her for a bit, and I said, you know, what is that you're trying to do?" And she was just like, "I don't know. I wanna be able to sell it. I want to move out of here. I want to build my house in the middle of the desert." And she literally just told me, like, "I just want to die there.
Oh, shit.
I don't want to die here." And that was like, and you hear a lot of stories like that living in a retirement community.
Yeah.
Yeah, people talk about death like it's nothing.
Right.
We had this lady where, oh man, before I sidetrack and go move on to that, to finish this story, this lady, I told her the best option that we have for you is do innovation, where my buddy German Suarez, he's from Tucson, he's a real estate agent, he's done a bunch of creative deals. He was telling me we can bring in the crew. It costs like 30,000 to fix it up. We can sell it at 260, 240. If I remember, I don't remember the numbers completely off the top of my head, but with innovation, we would have to agree to a number with her. Let's just say it was 200,000. That's the number, and then we put 30,000 into it. Then we get 10K, 5 for me, 5 for him. I found the deal. He brings the crew. He does everything. Just gives simple numbers.
Yeah.
And if we sell it for more, we split whatever it is. So let's say we sold it, we just locked it up at 200,000 with her, and we told her it would be sold at 250. We sold it at 260. We would get the 5,000, us two, and then she would get the rest of the 5,000.
Okay.
So I love Novation. I wish I would have done that Novation, but she was very difficult to work with.
Yeah.
So it didn't work out. But man, you hear some crazy stories down there. One of the craziest ones that gives me chills till this day. We did the floor for this lady. It was their dream house. It's in a beautiful spot. You have like overlooking the mountains where I'm at. It's a beautiful house. It was their dream house and their forever home. Like that was it. Like they're not moving anymore. They already have a house in Green Valley. They're just moving to the forever home. And we didn't see her for like another year. We rarely.
You did the house. You wouldn't give her a quote.
No, I'm sorry. We did the house. We did the floor.
Okay.
We did the floor. We just didn't like once we're done with our customers. Like if we don't keep in contact, we don't become friends. Like we'll see them every once in a while.
Yeah.
My dad's kind of like a celebrity. We go to like a restaurant, like Cruz.
Yeah.
It's Bob. You did our floor like 2 years ago or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You know how many Bobs we've met? How many Johns, Tims, Toms? This lady. How did we meet with her again? I think she called us because she wanted to do the patio. She wanted us to do the front patio, the entryway. And we were doing the estimate, talking to her, and she just said, "You know what, Cruz? 2 weeks after you finish that job, my husband died."
Oh, man.
Yeah, and we hear that quite a bit. My wife always wanted this floor, so I'm gonna do it in her name because she died like 2 months ago. My husband, etc., vice versa.
Yeah.
So when she told us that, it kind of sunk into it. Like my heart kind of sunk, and she said, "What's crazy is that all of our boxes, all of our stuff was still not unpacked yet. Literally, we closed on the house. You guys hit the floor. 2 weeks later, he died, and I was going through a lot of grieving, a lot of stuff. And 2 months later, after he died, a guy comes up with a clipboard, knocks on her door, thinking he's a salesman. And she's like, "I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, I don't want to deal with nobody." She opens the door. She's like, "What do you want?" And he says, "I'm here for delivery for so-and-so, Susan, whoever." And then she goes, "I didn't order anything. Like, please go away." And he's like, "Well, I think you might want to see this. Like, she thinks it's a scam. Like, she's already like on putting up her walls and everything."
Right.
And she's just like, "No, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. It's a car. Like, you need to come and see this. Like, you need to sign off for it because I can't take it with me." And sure enough, she goes out there, and they're rolling off a brand new Cayman Porsche.
Yeah.
Or is it 911 Porsche?
Yeah.
Rolling it off. Her husband bought it for her. Her dream car, custom color and the way that she wanted it. Everything, man. And he had a note for her from her husband before he died and everything, before they bought the house. It just read like, hey, sweetie, we bought our dream house. This is your dream car that you've always wanted. I'm so happy for you. Nobody knew about it. Nobody talked about it. And she was just crying to us,
Oh
man.
man.
Yeah, it's insane. You hear stories like that, and it's one of those that like it will forever stick with me. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you hear a lot of stories like that. You hear, I've met astronauts. I've met pilots. I met this guy who was a crane operator during the Kennedy presidential time.
Yeah.
He was the one doing the crane operations for the White House, putting up statues and stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm like, that's a unique job. Never would have thought I'd hear
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
That's cool.
yeah, you meet some really cool retired folks from Green
Yeah.
Valley.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that like old people don't get enough credit, man. From like especially like their own grandkids and stuff like that. You know what I mean? 'Cause they're so involved in their phones and things like that.
Yeah.
But like, man, the stories you can hear from old people, man. I used to love to hear my grandma's stories.
Yeah, yeah. I hear a lot of stories like that as well, where they're like, my grandkids or kids live like 20 minutes away, and I do junk removal on the side as well.
Okay.
Like, customers, they need stuff out of their garages, where people just call me up, hey Cruz, I need this gone. Husband can't lift it, I can't lift it. We don't have a
Yeah.
truck. If you can come in and take it away for us, yeah, okay, yeah. And I show up and stuff. But they tell me like their kids don't come and visit them. Nobody gives them a call. Nobody checks up on them.
Really?
Yeah. So like if you guys listen to this podcast, like reach out to those family members, even if you think they're okay, they still want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, people. So the whole reason my dad hired me as well at 10 years old is to show me like work ethic, show me, all that stuff.
For sure.
At the beginning, it didn't feel that way. I was a kid. I was like, man, my friends are out there playing Black Ops 2, and up until like 3 in the morning, I'm waking up at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
So when I would go work with them, and it was like people would still wake up at that time, and what they would do is talk to my dad a lot, and they would take a lot of his time.
Yeah.
From doing the work. So they would start talking to me. They would ask me questions, tell me stories, teach me life lessons.
Yeah.
So that's why I owe it a lot to that type of environment, that I'm able to just talk to anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that, like, I'm able to just be an extrovert. It was through that it really broke my shell and really made me talkative.
Yeah.
Because I want to know your story, like your story. Like I want to know genuinely, like, what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to do a lot with that, because you hear some crazy stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love listening to people talk, man. Even it's funny because when I was young, my mom always told me, she's like, you always hang out with like the adults, you know what I mean? Because I just want to hear the adult stories,
Yeah.
like I mean, I would play with the kids too, you know what I mean, cousins or friends or whatever. But like, if there weren't any kids around, I would just go find an adult and just start talking to them, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to talk to somebody and I loved the stories. But,
literally my thoughts as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and for you, like one thing about you that I like too is you don't act like your typical 25-year-old kid.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like you're smart, it's easy to talk to you about different things, and like what's cool about you, like when you went to Squad Up, like you can talk to literally anybody about anything, you know what I mean? And you can carry on a good conversation with anybody about anything, you know what I mean?
Thank you, man.
Which is really great, because it's especially for like networking and learning and growing and stuff like that. Like that's it's a cool way to approach things. You're very open to like hearing like other people's stories and what do, you know what I mean? Which I try to be the same way. Like I love to like share what I know, but I'm also the first person to be like, fuck, I don't even know anything about that.
And
like,
I love that about you, man.
You know what I mean?
Like literally same thing as you in Squad Up. Like we both showed up to a group of random people. Like you were cool with just meeting those people. I remember that experience as well. And you literally the same thing. You were down to hear what they had to say. Yeah. I love that about you as well, man. Like it's not easy, but like we make it look easy, you know? But like just us, because we're genuinely interested. What's up? You know?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I think you do. You have to be, and I hope this generation like learns how to talk to people in person. But like you have to be, you can't learn everything off the internet. You know what I mean? Like I mean, you kind of can, but you can't. You don't get the experiences off the internet. You can read about a situation or a thing or a personality, but like really learning, I can read a book about history, or I can talk to 5 old people about their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That are 90 years old and they can just tell me stories about history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, and I get the personality, I get the feeling, I get the experience of it as opposed to just reading a history book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've loved to read history books because I love history, but like it's fascinating to me to hear somebody tell the story. You know what I mean? And that translates into everything. That's just an example, but it translates into everything. Like I want to know, about short-term rentals. I want to know about, maybe I'm not doing short-term rentals. I'm actually getting ready to do short-term rentals also, but like I've always done mid-term rentals, you know what I mean? And been a little standoffish with short-term because you hear, they're saturated this and saturated that. They're not any good. And then to hear somebody who's actively involved in a short-term rental, like, I'm like, all right, like why? You know what I mean? And like obviously it's good for you. It's doing really well for you. And I get the idea that, it's not a great business to be in, but like, I want to sit down and I genuinely want to know, like, why do you feel this way? You know what I mean? And through with Tyler, through the result of having a conversation with him, I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, shit, let's try it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Airbnb has been great to us. So like with our house, we're house hacking it.
Yeah.
So the property was built in 1980. They had an attached garage. The original owners turned that into a master bedroom. It's like measuring 800 square feet.
Nice.
Just that, because that place alone.
Yeah.
So my dad had a great idea in 2020. So during COVID, he's like, let's turn this into an Airbnb. It's just too much house for us. It's the house measures 3,800 square feet. 800 of that is the master bedroom.
Yeah.
And then we live on an acre lot. And then we worked on that property. He did a lot of the work. I was still kind of learning about like doing that kind of stuff, but I learned a lot in the process. And then we posted on Airbnb, just hoping to see what went on.
Right.
And we didn't know at the time, but we actually perfectly timed it because where I live, Airbnb is perfect from end of September, early October to end of February and beginning of March for that. And this year, so we did that and it was great. It was working great. We were already paying our mortgage, so like it was just extra money for that time, just to like get some money, extra money.
Right.
So it's more of our side gig, and we learned a lot in the process. And then like 2-3 years in, it was the third year, so 2023. My dad's like, you know what? What if we turn our Arizona room into another Airbnb? He wanted the whole area, the Arizona room, to be an Airbnb, which measures like 870 square feet.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, we'll do one Airbnb here, just we need to put plumbing, electricity, so it's going to be a lot of work. And then we started in 2024, February of 2024. And, bro, I learned so much. Talking about experience and like actually doing it.
Yeah.
I learned about plumbing, electricity, how to make stuff work basically. It was a cool experience because all I known was epoxy and like doing videography and photography and more of the online stuff. The only real hard work I learned was epoxies, So doing that made me really respect everyone's job, man.
Yeah.
Like plumbers, I have so much respect for. We had to cut into the concrete, and this is a house built in 1980, so the blocks were like this big, bro.
Yeah.
Concrete that big, having to cut through that.
Right.
We had an electrical wheel we tried to work with.
Yeah.
That thing was not cutting for anything, so we rented out a machine, and it worked out. We were able to take it out.
Big ass demo saws which you hook up to a hose.
Yes, yeah. We had the water running and everything. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but bro, we had masks on, and the Arizona room had window arches.
Okay.
So we took out the windows so we have some air flowing in there.
Yeah.
But the air quality was terrible. Like we couldn't get good air. So the fumes, man, it was bad. Like we had headaches. From working with it, but we got it done and we put the plumbing in, and it was just step by step, seeing everything work together. We finally finished in February 2025. So this year we finished it.
Okay.
And that's when Airbnb ends for us. Like, that's it.
That's like the end of the season?
End of the season, basically.
Okay.
But it was like perfect for 1 month that we can see what was up.
Right.
And those two, so instead of it being just one Airbnb, we turned it into two.
Yeah.
In the process of us like figuring out what we wanted to do, we're like, we can make it work as two, keep it super simple, basic, something small, and see what kind of reaction we get.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, the big one, it ends February. It ends. That's it. And this year, we actually had somebody stay there for the whole month of February at the 800 square foot one, the original casita.
Yeah.
So nobody came back for the big one, but during the summertime, the little ones were renting out every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
And the people that were renting it out were people that were buying a house. They literally just came to stay, to sleep, nothing else.
Yeah.
That was cool to like learn that. And then some people were helping their parents move because they're moving back to the Midwest, which is weird to me. Like, that doesn't really happen where I live. They don't move. They don't get out of the cold to go back.
Right.
The family misses them. They want to see them again.
Yeah.
So this year we're like, okay, we got these 3 Airbnbs. The season's coming up for Airbnb, and we're gonna have.
So you have the 800 square foot Airbnb, and then you took the 870 square foot and turned it into 2 smaller ones.
Yeah, so those measure like 300 square foot each. There's a little hallway for us to go to the back.
Yeah.
And my dad figured out solar as well, so those 2 rooms run completely off of solar.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he bought the solar panels, bought batteries, inverter, everything. He figured it all out.
Yeah.
Like, that was his thing. Like, if you talk to my dad now, that's all he talks about is solar.
Oh, yeah?
He loves solar. Yeah, he's always telling me, "Oh, look at how much wattage I'm getting in." I'm like, "Yeah, that's it." Yeah,
That's funny.
that's his thing.
Yeah.
And
it's funny because most investors hate solar. when they're buying a house, because it's been sold to them through one of the people that knock on your doors. You know what I mean? And then they're locked into it on a lease for however long, or
that's
through a
weird.
purchase for however long.
Yeah, I talked to homeowners who work with solar companies. They're still having a bill. Like, they still have to pay.
Yeah.
And it helped reduce a lot of the costs for us as well. My dad, it was not the most energy efficient house. He was paying like $400 and some per month.
Yeah.
For the whole house. And this summer he went down to like $130 per month.
Shit, nice.
Yeah.
But he did all the solar himself, though.
Yeah, he did all himself. Yeah, he didn't go through a solar company.
To me, that's where solar might make sense. If I know how to do it myself and I can throw some solar up on my house, like, then it'll reduce my bill because I'm running off solar.
Yeah.
But the solar companies, man, I'm sure there's some solar companies out there that are not scams. Yeah. But there's horror story after horror story after horror story about solar. People who get solar, they get locked into it and their bill goes up, you know what I mean? Or their bill doesn't change at all. Yeah. And they're sold as like, oh, you can save this and you save all this money and you can lease it out to the city. And so you think you're going to get this great deal and then you're either paying the same or more. Yeah.
Then that's one thing I warned my dad. I'm like, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
Because you're still going to have a payment, and everything. And he's like, no, I'm going to do it myself. And he figured it out. And it works perfectly, man. During the summertime, with us having some people stay, sometimes we had 2 people staying at the same time. And it would go down to like 20%. So I think one time it was like 18%. Yeah. That's dangerously low, but still, like, it's summer here. The sun's beating down like crazy. Even when it's cloudy, it still reaches 100%. So we're good. Yeah, we're good. So with us, we talked as a family. Like, what do we want to do? What's our plan? And they want to turn their master bedroom into another Airbnb. So we're pretty much house hacking Airbnb on our property. And that's the next project. And it's not going to take us as much effort because we already have all the plumbing there. We're only going to add 1 drain to it for the washer and dryer. Yeah. That way we're able to just add like a little kitchenette and the washer and dryer. So it's all in one. And it's going to work perfectly. Just have another one. And they're going to be traveling, doing their own thing. And going, I know you asked me about what about me expanding the business for everything. I think I'm going to be doing the jobs by myself. Just doing them if people really want to do it. He's like, my dad's dream was always about, I don't want to work on January or February. It's like the coldest months. I don't want to work. Right. So we're good with Airbnb. And if we do one job for epoxies during the wintertime, great. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. What do you, when it comes to real estate, I guess again, I'm still haven't finished answering your original question. But like, it took me a little while to figure out what I wanted to do too, and I'm still open to change as things come up. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying out Airbnb right now, so I'm if you got a good idea and it helps me in what I'm doing, I'll pivot. You know what I mean? I'm open to change, but my original goal was to get a whole bunch of midterm rentals and either pay them off, and 20 years from now I'm just living off a ton of money from paid off properties. You know what I mean? I might do the same thing with Airbnbs if it works out. I might do Airbnb, some Airbnbs, some midterm rentals. But what I've really realized, especially with the midterm rentals, and hopefully it'll be better with the Airbnbs. It looks like it'll be better with the Airbnbs, but and talking to a ton of people in the business and in the industry that I've met who have rentals, like rentals are more of a long-term play. You know what I mean? It's a long-term wealth play. So as you accumulate, now at some point you'll accumulate enough rentals that it creates passive income. You know what I mean? It creates cash flow. But like on average, the average rental is making $300 to $500 a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've got 3 or 4 rentals. It's not changing my life. You know what I mean? So, but if I got 3 or 4 rentals, then I'm making, let's say I'm breaking even.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I'm breaking even on it. I've got 5 rentals and I'm breaking even on them.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting paid down and they're appreciating, and I'm getting depreciation on my taxes. So I'm still net positive on the cash side after all of that. And then let's say, it's 5-6 years from now, maybe I do a cash out refi on all of them and I've got cash in hand that I can go on vacation, or I put back into more rentals, or more real estate, or I can pay for my kid's school, or not that I have a kid, but like whatever, I can do whatever I want with, and then I'm still having it paid off by somebody else, and I'm starting over, but the point being that I think buy and hold is a long-term strategy.
100%.
But I needed something that, in addition to the long-term strategy we're working on, like I needed something to bring in some money. You know what I mean? So I've been trying to get into flipping mobile homes for a while, and I just didn't have the cash to get in. I knew people that were doing it. They're like, hey, bring 10 grand to the table, bring 15 grand to the table. We can get into it and we can figure it out. I just didn't have that excess cash. But so I met some people that originally the deal was they were doing mobile homes. They were flipping mobile homes. They'd been doing it for a while, and they were trying to get out of it to do storage units. And I met one of the partners at Isria and heard her talk about it. I was like, well, hey, I wanted to talk to you about mobile homes. She's like, yeah, we're actually trying to get out of it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, really? I was like, why? She's like, well, we're trying to get into storage units. So we have 1 mobile home left we're trying to sell. And I was like, well, do you guys have investors that like bring money to the, invest money with you for the mobile homes? You do it with your own money, or what do you do? She's like, oh no, we have investors that bring money. And I'm like, well, before you get completely out of it, like, why don't we partner? You bring the money, I'll run all the jobs. You can walk me through 1 or 2 of them. I'll run all the jobs and we can just run with it and split it 50-50, and you bring the money. Cause that solved my problem of needing money to get into it. And that solved their problem of, trying to get out of it, but still needing money. And so, we partnered up, we just got done doing 1 mobile home, right now, but it was a little lopsided. The partnership was, so like they asked me if I could bring the money, and I was like, well, no. Like that's, number one, I can't get a loan on my own in like 3 or 4 days when we're supposed to close. But I just met Danny McBrin, who's on Instagram as the Mobile Home King. Shout out to Danny McBrin.
Yeah.
And he had come to
Bash Bros
and done a meeting, and talked about like what he did at one of the meetings, and it was one of the only ones I've ever missed. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn it, like the one I really wanted to be at about mobile homes.
Yeah. And
I missed it. Well, I had just seen it on Danny McBrin's YouTube channel, because I hadn't been following him or anything. I didn't actually really know who he was. Then Voight told me who he was, and like, yeah, this is the guy who came and spoke. I'm like, oh, okay. So I started following him on Instagram and YouTube, and he had posted on his YouTube the video
Oh,
of that
okay.
meeting at Bash Bros.
Yeah.
And so I ended up finally getting to watch it, and that was really interesting. And then less than a week later, he came to one of the Bash Bro meetings, the last one with Eddie and Tyler.
Yeah.
He came to that Bash Bro meeting, and I knew his name now, Danny McBrin, and Eddie was up there talking. He's like, "Oh, Danny's here, Danny McBrin. He does mobile homes." And I'm like, so I went over and talked to him after the meeting was over, and he had told me that he's like, well, I loan on mobile homes too, which most hard money lenders don't loan on mobile homes. It's just too risky in their opinion. You know what I mean? Which I think just comes down to they don't know what they're loaning on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I think it's less risky.
Didn't know that.
But yeah, he's like, yeah, I loan on mobile homes too. If you ever need some money to pick one up, and I'm like, all right, cool, I might, And then 3 days later, they called me and told me that. And I was like, listen, I got one guy I can ask. I was like, let me see, you know what I mean? And I didn't have a ton of confidence that he would loan it to me because we just met 3 days ago, you know what I mean? But I called him and talked to him. He's like, yeah, I was actually looking at that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to flip for himself. And so he ended up loaning me the money on it. And then Corey. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm yawning. Corey from Bash Bros. He helps people get the business credit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been working with him a little bit too to kind of get some business credit going, and we just finalized that a couple weeks before. So after it was all said and done, I ended up bringing the money to buy it. I brought the money to do the renovations. Then I did of the sweat equity part of the work. I did 95% of the sweat equity part of it, and then the contractor that they had, the contractor work that we were going to farm out, which was electrical and plumbing, really, some door replacements, and that was about it. And then everything else I pretty much did. He's growing. I didn't. The guy's name is Wayne. He's a good guy. Wayne personally is a good guy. His business is growing, and I think he's going through some growing pains.
Okay.
So it's growing exponentially from what I understand, and so he's hiring people like project managers who have kind of their own crews, and we're 2 or 3 people removed from Wayne, who's the owner, and they've been working with Wayne on a regular basis, where Wayne actually came out and did the work.
Oh, okay.
Well, because he's growing, he's getting into a position where he's not doing the physical work anymore, and being 2 or 3 people removed, I don't think he has a full handle on, just with growing pains, on who it is that's working for him and how they're working for him and stuff like that. So we ended up getting into a situation where these people weren't showing up.
Yeah.
They didn't show up for 2 weeks. And so then I started doing a bunch of the stuff they were supposed to be doing. We were going to have them do. And then Wayne finally showed up himself because my partner had called him and talked to him and been like, dude, what's up? So Wayne showed up himself and knocked out what we needed left done. Most of what we needed left done. Some of the things still didn't get done. So I had my guy that I'd worked with doing some of the remodels on our rentals. And he came in and was less expensive and does amazing work and kind of knocked it out. And I was getting to the point where I had so much to do that I couldn't physically do it all.
Yeah.
And still get it done in a timely manner. So I had him do a lot of that work too. But I don't know how that story got started. I guess all that to say that I got into it with some partners, but seeing as how it really felt lopsided to me, I don't think I'm going to do much with those partners anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of move on. But I've finally gotten into a position where, because I met Danny, because we've got some corporate credit, and Danny also will loan on the remodel also, because our corporate credit will only go so far. So if I'm doing 3 or 4 or 5 at a time, I'm going to need the remodel money financed also.
Yeah,
but Danny will do that.
Didn't know that. I was right. Yeah, I know Danny McBrin too. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Cool dude. I didn't know that he would loan on mobile flip and stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Super cool. But that's what I'm doing for cash and for income. And, you know, hopefully that'll grow to the point that I have somebody that I have to hire to run it for me. You know what I mean? And I can go out and just look for mobile homes, or I can expand into another aspect of real estate. You know what I mean? And then that's also a section of my business that I'd like to be able to kind of be an entry point for people like I was talking about earlier, that I want to help, that are trying to find some kind of a pathway into something better and don't really know how to do it. I think I want to push them in that direction it's a good starting point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that, like, trying to figure out what to do in the real estate industry is tough, man, because I mean, like right now, like co-living is such a huge thing and people make a ton of money on co-living.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, man, like, ugh, you know what I mean? It's been such a long couple of years, and it's been such, like, it's overwhelming. You know what I mean? Trying to learn everything, trying to change who you are as a person, trying to learn how to run a business, trying to learn everything you're learning about real estate. It's been a long journey. It's been a little bit of a tough journey, but an amazing journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then getting to the point where I am now, where I can look back and I'm be like, wow, like I'm a different person.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's hard, man, when you're going through it and you're actually in it.
Yeah.
Like for me, right, what I did, I tried to do a business. My business was trash bin cleaning. Have I told you this story before?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, this is when I was 23, and I tried doing this trash bin cleaning business. And trash bin cleaning, it's literally like, the bins that you roll out to your driveway on trash pickup day. Okay, so those carts get really dirty and nasty, especially with it being hot here.
Yeah.
And my customers, epoxy floor coating, are very like neat freak, and they like to have everything clean, easy to keep clean, and it's a luxury product what we're selling, the epoxy floor coating.
Yeah.
So I put two and two together, and I'm like, hey, people are neat freaks. They're willing to pay for something. What is a subscription of $25 just to clean both your recycle and trash bin?
Yeah.
So I invested everything that I made, with everything I've ever done, into this business, and it failed.
Yeah.
Failed miserably.
Really?
It was one of the saddest attempts that I think I can never see anybody try to make a business work. And I'll be honest, like I'm not gonna be like making sugarcoating it. It was terrible. It was bad. Sorry about that. We have. I'm great at like making videos and stuff, so my marketing was not terrible. I guess my message was wrong, because people were calling me and saying, you guys didn't pick up my trash today, and I said, oh, let me look up the because I had a scheduler, like a Gorilla Desk, for my appointments and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have anything for cleanup today. It's like, yeah, you guys didn't pick up my trash, and I said, oh, I'm sorry, we don't pick up trash. What we do is clean the bins. Well, I don't care what you do. This is like the third time this has happened, and I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And people were thinking I was those companies that came to pick up the trash. Don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. They didn't know that I was there to, or my business was to clean the bins.
Yeah.
And there's this business expo every year, and one of the like really nice parts of Green Valley. And I look forward to it every year because we get a lot of business for epoxy.
Okay.
So then I invested in it get a booth, and I was able to have my trailer parked outside, and I had my booth outside because there's inside and outside. So I was outside, and then I was cleaning these demonstrational bins to show people how easy it is to clean. And I would draw a crowd, get a lot of people interested, but nobody wanted to sign up.
Really?
It was my first time like showing it to the public, and I had people laughing at me. I had people like saying this is a terrible business. You're scamming people to my face.
Really?
Yeah, and it wasn't just like to my face. When I started posting about it on Nextdoor and Facebook, people were saying the exact same thing. You're taking advantage of old people. I'm literally providing a service.
Yeah.
The one thing that made me feel good was when people really signed up for the service and were happy about it. Like, I can't go in there and clean the trash bin myself. I'm excited about this business.
Right.
So it was up to like, I think like August, September of 2023, where I was just like, this is not going to work out. Like, this is not it. And after spending all that money, and I still owe money to pay off credit card from that business with marketing and everything.
Yeah.
It really, like, one thing that what really taught me in that time was I have resilience and I'm able to continue.
Mm-hmm.
But like, man, it really destroyed my like. It humbled me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I could make money with online. I can make money here, and I can create a business and make it go.
Right.
My dad did it. I can do it, and it really humbled me and it really knocked me down. Like mentally, everything. Like I didn't care.
Yeah.
It really messed with me. So when I started coming to Bash Bros, I was still fresh off of that.
Yeah.
And it helped me coming up to Bash Bros to meet everyone, meeting you guys. It really helped me like mentally to be able to like just be around happiness. Because man, I was just gloomy.
Yeah.
My dad was like, you know what, you're gonna get knocked down in life. It's okay.
Right.
But I wasn't willing to hear it. I was just like, I don't want to hear this. Like, this sucks that I went through this. And that's why like right now in this time period of time, everything's good. Making good money with epoxies. Airbnb's about to come up. Season's coming up. I'm just in a time and place of like I need to work on me. Like I'm working out. I know I don't look like it right now, but I am working out. I'm not eating the best, but
I don't look like it either. I look like a pregnant crack whore. I got a skinny little body. I'm like skinny from this front, skinny from behind. But if I turn sideways, it looks like I'm pregnant.
You tell me that, you're so funny, dude. Yeah, but it's just the time and period of my life right now where I just want to work on myself, just be with the family, enjoy the time with my dogs.
Yeah.
And I know something's gonna come up because Airbnb is coming up, and we're gonna turn that other room into another room and have 4 rentals at the same time. And then I feel like during that time it'll be time, right time. And I have faith in God. God has a plan for me. There's a reason why that business didn't work. Because if that business would have worked out, I wouldn't have met you guys.
Yeah.
And you guys are like my only friends, to be honest with you. People from high school, I'll hit them up every once in a while, but nobody's really wanting to make a conversation out of it.
Yeah.
Which I totally get it. Everyone goes their own path. Everyone does their own thing. But you guys, man, you guys really brought me in with open arms.
Yeah.
You guys.
We love you, bro. We miss you.
Yeah, I miss you guys too. It's just a period of time where I need to be by myself.
For sure.
And be with family. That's it.
Yeah, and that's okay, man.
Yeah.
That's, and we're all supportive of that too. You know what I mean? We don't take it personal. You know what I mean? We're just super excited when you show up.
Yeah. It was my first time this Friday coming out for like 2 months already.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I miss it, man. You guys are light in my life, But it's I need to. One thing I want to work on is like listening to books again. I stopped listening to books. I just kind of just went on experience and just Gary Vaynerchuk.
No, I've heard his name, but I don't know him. I don't know much about him.
Yeah, he literally he makes so much content, and you can be there all day watching his stuff, and he just like stop listening to me, go and do.
Yeah.
Like, literally stop listening to me. And it wasn't until he came out to Phoenix to speak, and I went to go watch him, kind of like was let down, to be honest with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was looking forward to hearing him, and the reason I was let down is because I'm like, man, I've already heard this so many times from him, and if I finally registered, it's like, okay, if you've already heard it enough times, stop listening, start doing.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did. Stop listening to him from that day forward. Stopped. I didn't listen to it, and I was an avid listener to everything.
Yeah.
So I started doing, and just at that point where it's like, okay, you had so much experience, you went through a lot with the trash bin cleaning business, and then now Airbnb, did a wholesaling. You did start learning again.
Yeah.
I think that's the point in time where I'm gonna start listening to old books that I've already read as well or listened to. I've listened to my favorite book. I highly recommend everybody to read it. Is How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yeah, it's
love
a great
that book. That book really it brought it into perspective of like, okay, you're able to talk to people, but how are you going to come and like be of value? How are you going to come and like not just be friendly and everything, but like really bring people together? So if I see somebody that's being lonely and not talking, it's like, yeah, I'll bring them into the conversation.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm networking.
Yeah, you're super good at that. You're super good at that. Like I noticed, when you're at the meeting, or you're at, we were at Bash Bros, or when you used to be at the meeting on a regular basis. Like you're really good at like seeking people out and just like and like involving them.
Yeah, thanks.
Which is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that even in school. Like a brand new kid came to the school. Hey, what's up? Like I would just start talking to them, and I learned that. That's my skill set. Like that's my superpower. It's my superpower. That's what I like to call it. And I just try to just make everyone feel comfortable. That's my main thing.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
And that's not something that comes easily to most. It doesn't come easily to me. It's taken me a long time to learn to be that, you know what I mean? And I still am not, I'm not on the same level as you know what I mean? Like, I try to be nice to everybody and I try to involve people, but I still, it's work for me. You know what I mean? I used to be the total opposite. Like, I didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? I'd like compassion. I don't even like that word. You know what I mean? That word sucks.
How do you make it look so natural though? I didn't know that about you.
Yeah. Really? It was, I didn't like, if I think I was more people oriented younger. And then when I graduated high school and kind of got out of high school, even a little bit maybe in high school, I think I felt attacked by people, and I felt like people tried to abuse the fact that I was a nice person, and it like turned me off really hard. And so I went the other way, and I was just like, fuck all you people. You know what I mean? If you like, nobody gets any respect from me. Yeah. You get just maybe a tiny inkling of respect because you're a human being. If you want any more than that, you have to earn it. Bro. Yeah. And if you don't, like, I'm quick to shut you off and cut you out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's a very heavy way to live. You know what I mean? Like, it's ugh. Yeah. And so then now I'm not like, I'm like, you know what? And actually prison helped with that too, because I was forced into a position where I was surrounded by people I don't relate to. And a lot of them I don't like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a lifelong criminal. I'm not an addict. So like, I don't have the same history as most of the people in prison, not everybody, but most of the people in prison. And a lot of them are trying to figure out how to be a better criminal. You know what I mean? They don't have, we're not on the same page, because I went to prison because I made a really stupid decision and spent the whole time I was in prison trying to figure out what I was going to do legally when I got out to better my life. You know what I mean? And right at the end of prison, I found real estate, but like, I don't want to come back. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You were looking for something better.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely. And so, but in the real world, prior to that, you know what I mean? If I didn't like you, I'd just be like, fuck off. And I'd leave. And I could just cut you out of my life and it was fine. In prison, you can't do that. I can't just tell you to fuck off and leave because you're my cellie and there's 4 of us in one room and you can't go anywhere and I can't go anywhere. You know what I mean? And so now I've got to learn how to live with you. And part of learning how to live with you is accepting you for who you are. Wow. You know what I mean? And like, I don't have to agree with you. I don't even really have to really like you. You know what I mean? But I have to learn to accept you. And I have to learn to deal with you on a regular basis. You know what I mean? And part of that, even if like there were people I lived with where I was just like, man, I do not like this motherfucker. I cannot wait till he leaves. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or like gets beat up or goes to the hole or something. But I still had good conversations with him sometimes because I put out the effort to try to make it work because I lived with him. And you're forced into that situation. You know what I mean? Wow. So my other option is to talk shit to him, get into a fight. We both go to the hole. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so prison forced me into a situation that helped me in the real world. You know what I mean? Where in the real world, like now because in the real world, like I can leave if I want, you know what I mean? Or maybe I'm around you for an hour, or maybe I'm around you for a couple hours and you know what? Let me get to know you.
That's an interesting perspective.
You know what I mean? Like, let me find out who you are. Maybe you're not somebody I would normally talk to, but like, let me find out. Yeah. As opposed to prejudging you from across the room because I don't like the way your ponytail is. You know what I mean? Or I don't like the hat you're wearing or something. And so, well, that guy's stupid. He's wearing this hat. Yeah. You know, like that's so ignorant. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's so stupid. And I've learned, even from people that I still am like, yeah, we're probably not going to hang out when I get out of prison, but I've heard their story. And I've learned maybe why their mindset is the way it is. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking at it from my mindset thinking, well, dude, that is fucking retarded. Why do you think that way? Like, what a stupid way to think. Yeah. But instead of just being like, oh, you think stupid and leaving, like, I'm like, I would have conversations with them, find out, oh, well, my dad's a criminal and's been in prison his whole life. My mom's an addict. All my uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, and friends are all criminals of some sort. They're drug dealers, or you know, they rob houses, or they do whatever it is they do, and we're all addicts. Like, why would I do anything different besides what everybody that surrounds me does and everything I've learned from does? You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I'm making $5,000 a month. I'm making $10,000 a month. I'm making, you know, $5,000 a week. And so I'm making better money than all you other idiots out there that have a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, you know, they say crime doesn't pay, but fuck you. Crime pays really, really well.
Yeah.
That being said, I understand what the statement "crime doesn't pay" really means. I understand the point of that statement, but you know, it does pay pretty good. But yeah, obviously it doesn't in the end. You know what I mean? It doesn't pay if you end up dead. It does, you know, is it worth the price you're paying to end up dead or spend half your life in prison?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or to not be around your kids, not raise your kids, you know, lose your family, lose connections. Like that's the price that is expensive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like from your point of you know, from your perspective of like that, I never even thought of something like that. You got to deal with it, even though you can't do anything about it. And you're so grateful for that. Now you have that option. You're able to do and say whatever you want. But like, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around you. I can choose that.
Yeah.
And you going through what you went through with prison, like that's why I love the way you think out of the box. Number one, bro. I like the way you were telling me that little tip of like going to extended stays, taking pictures of work trucks to reach out to them, see if they want a place to stay instead of being at a hotel. That was gold, you know?
Yeah.
So that's like, I love that about you. You're very out of the box thinker, and you have this perspective on life that I don't think many people really understand.
Yeah.
At all.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Dude. And for me, like my perspective on business and everything, like if I can go through like what I went through, failed at business, I can continue and build something else and still be here. You know, I'm still
for sure.
It's okay. It's not the end of the world.
If you know really like if you look at it like I tell people all the time, like you can't like getting into real estate and getting into business it's an experience. It's a there's a lot of grinding involved, you know what I mean? And if you look at anybody who's successful, anybody who you look at and you're just like, damn, that motherfucker's got it made, you know what I mean? And guarantee you go talk to them and you get to know them, they've failed miserably.
And not just
many
once,
times,
multiple.
right?
Yeah, there's a thing from Alex Ramosi. He said, every successful person that you see the success, you don't see the graveyard of failures that they went through.
Yeah.
That quote helped me out a lot during that time when I was just like, man, I keep failing. Business partnerships go south. I've had people like same thing with you. Like you're just a bubbly person. You're nice. People take advantage of that. I kept letting it happen. Yeah. And now it's like, I'm done. If I don't like you, you're going to know it.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay away from you. I'm not going to talk to you.
Yeah.
So I'm still working on that, to be forgiving, to like forgive someone. Yeah. And it's still hard for me, but I still learn from those lessons.
For sure.
Yeah. What are the main lessons I learned early on at 19 years old? I just wanted to leave the house. I didn't want to be home. I kept doing the same thing over and over again. I just wanted to be out in the world, do something different. And I got this opportunity from an event that I went to. This guy wanted me to go and be a videographer for the ministry, for his church. And he learned a lot about marketing, and he wanted to teach me Facebook ads. And I said, okay, I'll do videos for you. And one of his conditions was I follow God.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm already following God. He's like, no, but I mean, like, you got to learn his word. You're going to be living in a house with a pastor that all he talks about is God, and I'll teach you marketing. I said, I'm cool with that. You know, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
And when I went out there, man, the purpose was not for me to learn marketing. It was to learn about God, truly find a reconnection.
Yeah.
Because the dude didn't follow up on his promise, and I let it go on for too long.
Yeah.
I had to keep asking him about marketing because I wanted to do e-commerce, run ads for this product, which I already was, but I wanted his perspective and asking questions. Never gave me time of day. But it was like one of the loneliest times of my life.
Yeah.
It was, I was in my room, and we shared this house, this pastor and I, and he like, from the moment that I met him, all we talked about was God. That's all he knew. Because
Yeah.
he was from the Philippines.
Oh,
And
really?
he came from the Philippines over to here to a convention for pastors. And he ended up staying here, and he took care of this really wealthy man, like rich. But he ended up dying, and they had a contract in his will, saying that when I die, this man gets a check from me every 2 weeks. And I think it was the niece that followed up with that promise,
Oh,
and we kept
wow.
getting a check. And so him and I were living in this house, and the most fun part of me being there was either going to church on Sundays or going to the grocery store. It was brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was an interesting time, and it made me really grateful to be around family members.
Yeah.
It made me really grateful every time I'm eating dinner with friends or family, doesn't matter who. I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah.
That little time of being together, huge to me.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is by the time that I was leaving, keep in mind he hadn't seen his kids, grandkids, nobody, even his own kids. He hadn't seen them in 20 years because he came in.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he came in 2000. So he came in 2000 and he left in 2019. So he left right before COVID because his card or his green card expired, so he had to
Yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
I left the day before he left,
Wow.
which is crazy. And I'm like, there was a reason for us to have met. We still keep in touch. He's in the
Oh, do
Philippines.
you?
Yeah, it's like he reversed in age because when he moved back, he looked younger and happier.
Oh,
Yeah, he
really?
got to see all his kids and everybody's
Yeah.
grandkids. I'm like, that's so cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe
but
one of these days, man, you'll build something that's big enough. It'll give you the time, freedom to maybe go over there and just say hello again, hang out.
yeah, I love to. Yeah, I want to go to the Philippines. I've had VAs and stuff for the online stuff,
Yeah.
and they always tell me you got to come out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and other people they've told me as well. Like they have VAs and stuff. Like, oh, if I go, I'm gonna meet them there and hang out with them.
That's
I'm like,
cool.
bro, like I really want to go to the Philippines. That sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 for sure.
yeah. But during that time, I learned a lot. I mean, the guy, I don't talk to the guy anymore. But taught me, be grateful for what you have, being closer to God,
Yeah,
and just take it day by day.
for sure.
Yeah,
For
love
sure. It's so easy to say that after the fact or hindsight being 2020, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's when you're in the mix, you're right in the middle of it. Oh, day by day sucks, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
I
Sometimes
understand.
you're just like, this is bullshit. What am I doing? And I know over the last couple of years, it's been tough for me on my journey a little bit too. And I've had tons of support from my girlfriend in supporting like my journey and what I do, and I'm so immensely grateful for that. But it's been tough on her too because we're learning each other right after I'm getting out of prison, and I'm building a business, and I'm learning real estate, and she's working a lot, and so the whole journey's been up and down for me for sure. And it's affected her a little bit too, but she's just been so amazing and so supportive. You know what I mean?
It's amazing.
And I'm super grateful for that. And it's been it's comforting to look back and know that the struggles and the frustration and being overwhelmed and the journey has led to a point where I can look and I can say, oh, like these good things are happening, and it's because of this journey. So all this frustration and this stress and things that I went through in the beginning, instead of giving up and letting it go and being like, oh, whatever, you know what I mean? Like I made it a point to actively change who I was and continue to work on my mindset and having a positive mindset as I go forward, as I run into situations where I'm frustrated or I'm working on this and it's not working the way I was hoping it would. I'm working on this and it's not working the way I'm hoping it would, or where do I go from here? I'm not really crazy about this. I'm making these calls. It's not really coming to anything. Like, where do I go from here? And then like seeing like all my prayers answered, You know what I mean? Because I've got a relationship with God too, and it's I prayed so many prayers, you know what I mean? And I've seen like through the course of the last couple of years, like little pieces fall into place.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That were just, it took me a while to get there, you know what I mean? But as my mindset changed, the prayers started getting answered. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And and you know, if you're not a Christian, a lot of times, you know, people talk about, you know, if you put it in the universe will bring it to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
But you can't. I think what happened was that the mindset had to change so that I could be blessed with what he had for me.
I totally
You
get
know what I
that.
mean? Because if
Yes.
the mindset was where it was before, I would have wasted the blessing.
Mm.
Whereas with the mindset being where it is now, he's like, now I can give this to you and you can do something with it.
That's so true.
You know?
Yeah, because like I've heard it so many times. You pray for patience, you're gonna get patience.
Right.
He's not just gonna give it to you. You're gonna have opportunities for patience. You want to do
Right.
something great, he's gonna give you opportunities to be great.
Yeah.
But it's gonna cost. You know,
Right.
you gotta go through it. And that's why I prayed so much to God during that time of like failures. Like, why am I going through this?
Yeah.
Like, I get it now. I get it.
Yeah.
I can just had it handed to me. And yeah, the business didn't work out, and I understand it now.
Yeah.
Again, going to that in the middle of it, you don't know. You're just like depressed, sad, and you're just like, I don't want to be going through this, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I like being around people like minded, because not only like minded, but going through the same things as me.
For sure.
Because you understand it.
Yeah.
I can't just have these conversations with everybody else who works 9 to 5, which I'm not knocking people who go to 9 to 5s. They're doing great. They're providing food for their family, putting a roof over their head. Don't get me wrong. It's just being around those type of people that really have done something with their lives and in the middle of it, it's a whole different conversation that I have with people. And it's interesting when I'm talking to people, like I'm telling them what I'm up to, and they're like, "That's crazy. That's never gonna work. That's crazy. I would never do that." That's when you know you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Exactly, yeah.
Like if people were telling my dad and us like Airbnb in Green Valley is not gonna work.
Yeah.
It works,
Yeah.
but it to a certain point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's funny because you ever heard of the crab in the bucket theory?
yeah,
Like
Crabs
that's
in a bucket.
exactly what it is, man. You put one crab in a bucket, he's gonna crawl out.
yeah,
You put a crab in a bucket with a whole bunch of other crabs, the one's trying to get out, the others reach up and pull him back down.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And that's what's so great about like our community is that it's like the opposite of the crab in the bucket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Oh man, that didn't work out, man, that sucks. You know what I mean? Well, you know, maybe look at it this way, or maybe look at it that way, or maybe you can try it this way next time, or
That's
maybe
what I
there's this
love
other
about it.
opportunity,
Yes.
or hey, I'm doing this thing. If you want to, come do this with me, or hey, you know what? I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I've done this or that, and it sucked, and it was a struggle, but keep going.
That's what
And
I love.
look at what I've produced now.
They keep
You know what I
going.
mean?
Yeah, they keep going. In fact, like the people just keep telling you push forward and you'll prevail
Yeah.
because they've been there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. I love that when the community comes together and they keep telling you, I've been there as well. It's going to be worth it in the end. I know it's not. There's no light around you, but it's gonna prevail.
Yeah. When you're in the middle of it, it's so dark. So dark and it's so heavy and you can't sometimes you can't see. I've gotten really good at seeing outside of the darkness, you know what I mean? Like even though I'm in it and I'm struggling and I'm like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "You know what? It's fucking cool because I see that shit over there."
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
And I see that. I've gotten really good at holding on to what I see. You know what I mean? But my whole life I didn't have anything over there to see.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have something now because I'm in a community that is supportive and because I see other people do what I'm doing and be successful at it and they're willing to help me do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, I'm good. You know what I mean? So it gives me something to look at. But prior to being in that situation, and I think this is the majority of the planet, you know what I mean? The majority of human beings, like for the majority of my life, I couldn't see that light over there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just dark and heavy. And it's I'm just a stubborn asshole, so I keep going. You know what I mean? But like the majority of people, like they get hit hard and they're just done.
And I was there, man. I was there.
Yeah.
I was there, hit hard, didn't care about my health, nothing.
Yeah.
The support from my dad, mom, and sister, really, like, shout out to them. They're my rock. They're the ones that really pushed me forward. And then you guys just helped me even more.
Yeah.
You know, and that was.
I met your dad, man. Your dad's super cool, man.
Thanks,
He's a good
man.
guy. I like your dad.
Yeah, he's my mentor. He's my best friend. He's taught me so much. And
you can tell just the small amount of time I spent with him. Like you can tell he's a good dude. He's got a great heart. You can tell that he's like he loves the shit out of you. You know what I mean? Man. And he just wants to see you succeed. And he's got a good mindset.
Oh yeah. He's read so many books as well, and he's always teaching me every day, man. Like I had one of those. Have you seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah,
bro. Do you remember that scene where he's in the basement and he's like, "Where's the money?" And Skylar did something with the money. I don't even remember how it went, but he just starts laughing uncontrollably because that's all he can do at that moment.
Yeah,
that's how it felt like for me when my business failed. I was just like, nothing's gonna work, you know.
Yeah.
And he's just like, take it easy, you know. Like when I was doing my business and I started it, oh man, like I can't imagine what he went through, like having 2 kids and trying to make this work with no social media. He had one newspaper ad. Everyone was telling him he's crazy.
Yeah.
And he made it work, you know. So he is definitely my way of like, it's going to work out one way or another. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So thank you for saying that about him, man. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. There's a book if you're getting back into reading books, called The Gap and the Gain.
Gap in the Gain.
Yeah, it's a great book, bro.
I'm gonna write that down.
Really, really good book. It's and I just got done reading a second book by that same guy, and I'm in the middle of reading it. It's called The Who Not How.
Who Not How? I've never heard any of these.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm gonna write that down.
And they're by the same.
I'll write it down.
Same guy.
You
write it down.
No, you're okay.
But The Gap and the Gain was really cool because it was. He talks about how. Because he mentors and coaches like entrepreneurs and like people who are super successful. And something that most of them have in common is they feel like they aren't successful because they're trying to do this thing over here and they haven't accomplished it yet. Mm-hmm. But they've done all of this to get to here to try to accomplish this thing, but they think they're failures because they haven't accomplished this thing way up here yet.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're living in the gap. Like you're not living in the gain of all this stuff you've done to get to where you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so like that's helped me the last couple of years too, because when I wasn't financially bringing in some green cash to put on a table, you know what I mean? But I was doing all these things in the in the real estate business and with different teams and things like that. And I mean, I guess we were making money on our rentals, you know what I mean? So I guess I was, but like it wasn't. That was paying bills and making an extra little bit. You know what I mean? It wasn't like life-changing money, which is what rentals are supposed to do. You know what I mean? But like, that book like really helped me look back and be like, you know what? Like, I am living in the gap. I'm not giving myself credit for, I'm readjusting after getting out of prison for 8 years. You know what I mean? I'm in a new relationship. I am starting a business. I'm learning what I don't know about real estate, which is a lot. You know what I mean? Like I know a tiny little bit about real estate when I get out, which is more than most of the people on the planet, but it's still an inkling, a tiny inkling of what you can learn in real estate. And so I'm building a business in real estate and building a real estate investment company with the small amount of knowledge I have. You know what I mean? And I was in a community prior to Paces that was a midterm rental community, and I'm super grateful for that community because it's a lot like Paces. The guy who runs it is very much like Pace. He a huge go-giver. Everybody in the community wants to see everybody else succeed, wants to help everybody else out. And then I got into Paces communities, which are that exponentially. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's all been a blessing from God too, is being put into these communities that just are all about helping everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's so many other kids. There's way more communities that are all about like, hey, give me your money because I've got this,
Oh,
the
man.
gold chain and the cool
Yeah,
car.
if
And
I could tell you, man, I'll give you a personal experience. So I was a videographer for those type of people.
Okay.
I was literally that guy.
Yeah.
I won't say their names, of course, but literally saw it firsthand where all they wanted was the money. They didn't care about actually making you money.
Right.
There's one guy that just went like I would follow the people around with the camera. I was the videographer guy. I was that guy.
Right.
And I was at a high level market or high level mastermind, and where you have to pay like $50,000 to be into it.
Yeah.
And these guys were having a 3-day event, so I went to go film them, and I was part of it, like filming and also being a part of it as learning experience as well. And this lady literally stands up and cries, like saying, "I'm in bankruptcy, like I need to make money." And they literally told her to stop crying and just sit back down. You're bringing down the mood.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was shocker to me. And they didn't care about her the whole weekend. They didn't ask, how can we help you? How can we move on? So I give a lot of credit to Pace and like the community. When he hears something's wrong or something's going on, he immediately tries to factor in like, okay, what can we do to make it right? I've seen him where he's actually trying to help people, really respects everyone, and I like that a lot about him. The whole community is different with you guys. Like, or I'm sorry, compared to where I was or with those people.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing what Sub 2 is and everybody else willing to help it, everyone helping each other out and pushing us forward. I love that about everybody. Like, it's just like, I'll be sentimental about your feelings, but let's try to make it work. Let's try to see where we can make it happen.
Right. For sure.
I love that.
Yeah. I've been, that in and of itself has been a blessing. You know what I mean? But then I look back and I'm like, I have to give myself credit for what I've learned.
Yes.
Like my mental journey, my emotional journey. You know what I mean? Like just to get to a place where mentally and emotionally get to a place where I can hear and use the information I'm getting and the things I'm trying to learn. You know what I mean? And then implement those in my life. Because I have to change my mindset to be able to use those things in my life. And that journey is ongoing. It's not like I'm not by no means saying like I've arrived. My mindset's perfect now and I'm making all the right decisions. You know what I mean? Like it's a lifelong journey, man. You know what I mean? And as I grow and as I learn new things and as I spread my wings into other aspects of my life, all of those are going to be continuous mindset journeys. Yeah. But like the gap in the game really helped me give myself some credit for the mental and emotional journey that I was on and saying, hey, like, look how you think now compared to how you used to think. Look at the decisions you're making now that you weren't making before. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't just be ashamed of these other decisions you've made. Give yourself credit for the ones you're making now. Yeah. Because of the journey you've taken. And that's the gain. Live in the gain of those things instead of the gap of, well, I haven't done this yet. Yeah. You know?
We're very hard on ourselves, man.
Dude, we're super hard on ourselves. And it's natural. You know what I mean? It's natural to just be like, well, like we always see the negative. You know what I mean? And so I've tried really, really hard over the last couple of years to really surround myself with positive people, surround myself with, give myself credit where credit's due. You know what I mean? I'm not, and also hold myself accountable. Right. You know what I mean? Where I need to hold myself accountable. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's like those people annoy me. They're like, yeah, I don't do anything wrong ever. I'm amazing. I'm perfect and I don't do anything wrong. Yeah, I don't care what you say. All the decisions I make are the best. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like I can sit here and be like, yeah, I make much better decisions than I used to. But holy shit, I still make some fucked up decisions. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm always learning, always happy to learn, and always trying to learn. You know what I mean? But I read the shit out of some books. I listen to a lot of podcasts. And it's the books have helped me a lot. And I wish I could implement everything I hear in one book and like immediately take all of that and make it like 100% in my life. But you can't, you know what I mean? So like I'll listen to a book 3 times to get something different out of it 3 times and also reinforce the things I liked to begin with. You know what I mean? And then you take all of that and the little pieces you remember and the stuff that gets reinforced, which is, 3% of a whole book. And then you take that and you try to implement it in your life. And you're only really implementing about 25% of that 3% that you learned into your life. And you got to keep working at it. It's like this thing that you build on,
Yeah, I think it comes with maturity. So like to your point, I'm gonna add to the books as well, but like going a little bit off topic, but on topic. I like to watch movies a lot, and one of my favorite movies is Click. You've seen that one with Adam Sandler?
Oh yeah.
Where he's like fast forwarding life.
Yeah.
If you look at it's a comedy, but if you look at it more in a deeper meaning, stop trying to fast forward your life.
Right.
And I watched it as a kid, I found it hilarious, and I watched it again as an adult, and it really hit me.
Yeah.
So same thing with books. I think it comes with maturity as well. Like you learn a piece of a book, like How to Win Friends and Influence People. I've read that book like probably 4 times already.
Yeah.
Every time I read it, I get something new out of it.
Yeah.
Comes through experience with life as well. Like I could have used that in this scenario.
Yeah.
That happens so many times with me
sure.
as well. So yeah, you could read one book and you just read it. The real help is implementing what you read.
For sure.
Yeah, and I love that you're open minded like that, and you're able to like just continue going, and reading more books. And that's what's hard about me. Like my dad as well. I've told him like you've read so many books, and it's like how much have you implemented? He's like I've implemented a lot. But like to be honest with you, I need to go back to those books because I've just read them. A lot of it needs to be implemented into my life.
Right.
Yeah, like him talking to people and it really helped him with selling as well, like his epoxies. It really helped to change that his mindset on there, like creating an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've seen it. I've seen it where books create. It's a little changing in your timeline because one book can change your life. And the one book that actually changed my life was How to Win. Not How to Win for F You Money by Dan Locke.
Yeah.
You read that one?
No.
Oh man, that's such a good book. F You Money. I've read How to Get Rich
and Influence People.
Yeah. Every entrepreneur read that book. It was my first book, but it did not change my perspective of like, I'm okay. Like I'm down there, still go work or do 9 to 5 or whatever. Yeah. But Dan Locke, F You Money, that one, it really changed my perspective of like, you want to have leverage basically. And he goes into a whole bunch. The main one, it was right at the beginning of the book, is he didn't have enough money to go back to his dad that was dying.
Yeah.
He didn't have that freedom. But everything was okay because it all worked out. He was still in good condition. But he was just like, I will never let that happen to me again where money will be an obstacle in my way that I won't be able to do something like that.
Right.
And I'm like, that's a perspective. A ship's changing me and saying, and I don't want to have that happen to me. I still want to have the freedom of being able to like be with my family if I need to.
Right.
Be with friends that need me if they need me.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like it's like money to me. I don't want a bunch of money so I can pile it all up in a room and roll around it and say, ha, look what I have and you don't. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want a bunch of money so I don't have to think about money anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I heard somebody say one time, they were like, money's a lot like air. You cut off your air. He's like, nobody thinks about air. We walk around, we breathe all day long. We don't think air. We never think about air or breathing or nothing ever. It never crosses our brain. Mm-hmm. He's like, but somebody covers up your airways, holds your nose and closes your mouth. All you're thinking about is air. Mm-hmm. I need air. I need air. I need to get air because somebody's got it closed up and locked off. Money to me is the same thing. I spend all my life thinking about money. I need money. I need money. I need money. I need money for this. I need money for that. I need money for this. I need money so I can do this. I need money so I can do that. But if I have a massive amount of money, I'll never think about money anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like whatever. And it's not because I'm obsessed with money. It's because I just want to relax. I just want to take a deep breath and enjoy my life. You know what I mean? And if I can enjoy my life, money's how you enjoy your life. Not that money is, and everybody's like, well, money doesn't create happiness. And I'm like, that's true. But most people who say that don't have any money.
Right.
You know what I
We've
mean?
never been on a jet ski.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like everybody's telling you that money doesn't create happiness has no money. And I feel like it's their excuse on why they can't go get money. It's what they tell themselves so that they feel better about the decisions they've made in their life. You know what I mean?
I literally had that conversation with my dad the other day. There's a buddy of mine. He said something along the lines of, I don't want to own properties because I want to give access to other people to have those homes. I don't believe in buying rentals. And I said, okay, you wanted to be an entrepreneur, but you gave yourself an out, and I totally respect that. But you saying something like that, you're just justifying your action even further, because you couldn't make it work, and I totally get that. I'm not trying to be an a-hole to him, but he wanted me to feel bad because I was doing Airbnb and stuff.
Yeah.
And I crabs in a bucket.
Crabs in a bucket.
Yeah. And I saw his perspective, and I totally get it. I respect it. But when people haven't even done anything along the lines, it's kind of hard for me to say as well. Like Elon Musk creating rockets, like I can't. I'm not similar to that. I can't relate to it, right?
Right.
But I'm not gonna completely knock what he's doing completely. Like I don't know where his mindset is at. I would love to meet him, talk to him. That's why I'm like very open to hear what people have to say. If I don't agree with it, I'm not gonna like completely like shut you off. Like I'm very open to understanding why your mind works the way it works. Like the way you were saying, like I never heard of that perspective as well. I have to deal with it. Like it's my like me being you having to be with them in your cell. Like I have to learn to work with them, even though I'm not. Because I've heard of like, yeah, you got to accept your siblings, you got to accept people in your life, family members. It's great, but you don't see them every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That perspective really, it really. Thank you for sharing that, by the way.
You're welcome.
That was good.
Glad you got something out of it.
That was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think like money creates freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't, and not obviously not everybody who has money for the right reasons. You know what I mean? But I want to build a business that's big enough to include other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I want to have enough money that if something major happens with my nephew and he needs $500,000 to do some kind of a surgery that could save his life, and nobody has that much money, or they can't figure the insurance is messed up or whatever. If money can solve the problem, I want to be able to solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That if you have 10 problems and you stick them all up on a wall and throw money at them, 9 of those motherfuckers will go away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it'll probably help with the 9th one, because the 9th one's probably a relationship or a mindset or something like that. And if you don't have to worry about all these other 10 problems, now you got the time to worry about the one problem. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I just like he was saying with that FU money. You know what I mean? Like I'm the same way. Like I don't ever want. I've spent most of my life with zero money, like grinding and grinding and grinding. So like I've got a crappy truck that I bought at a buy here pay here place, and I'm paying 25% interest on, and it's a $1,500 truck I paid $5,000 for by the time it's all said and done. You know what I mean? Yeah. That broke every couple weeks, and I had to get a friend to help me to fix it. You know what I mean? And then I'm worried that, man, fuck, do I have $40 to buy that part? Like it's such a heavy place to be, and I hate it. I hate it, and I don't ever want to be there again. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so that's why I look at money. That's why money's important to me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not important to me so I can wave in somebody else's face what I have. It's important to me so I can breathe a sigh of relief and just live my life. Because if I can just live my life, how many people can I help? Yeah,
I like that. I like that perspective. Yeah. Have you heard of Making Money Matter? Have you heard of Cole Hatter?
No.
Okay. Cole Hatter, he doesn't do this event anymore. I'm not sure if he's ever going to do it again, but Cole Hatter had this event called Thrive. Mm-hmm. And the slogan is make money matter. So when you get to that point of making money, like FU money or unbelievable money, you're able to bring others with you.
Right.
Bring them up with you. And that really changed my perspective as well, because it was all about me. I wanted to make money as well. I had the dream of being a millionaire
Yeah.
and like just traveling. It wasn't really materialistic things for me, like cars and stuff. It was more, I want to travel. If I want to go eat there, I'll go eat there.
Yeah.
If I want to go and just say I don't want to do anything for the rest of the day, I can do that, or help someone.
Right.
Like you're saying, your nephew, I would love to help my family,
Right.
help them in any way I can. That way we just continue to live the life of like freedom. That's what money is to me, is freedom.
For sure.
That's huge. So that's my perspective on money. I'm not. There was a point in time where that's all I like just wanted completely. I didn't care about friendships or anything, and I think that's why a lot of my friends from high school don't talk to me. I was just all about money. If it's not making me money, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna think about it.
Yeah.
So I missed out on a lot of like parties and stuff. I was always like in high school I was the band and film guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was a total geek.
Yeah.
I loved it. I still love it till this day.
Yeah.
And I would I never got invited to parties ever.
Yeah.
And I understood why. Like I was a goody two shoes and whatever, but I wasn't like judging everybody. I went to one party where it was like kind of chaotic and stuff. People were like, "Please don't rat me out," and I'm like, "Bro, I'm not here for that. I'm not here to rat you out." It was always my mindset of like, I gotta go work. Like if it was during the school night, I mean school. But if it was the weekend, if it was summer, go work. That's what I look forward to school to take a break.
Yeah,
literally.
right.
Yeah, so that was my relationship with money, and just working. That's all I really ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I enjoy these moments. I told Megan, shout out to Megan. She
What's up, Megan?
so I'm being around you guys. I went out more with you guys in the last 8 months that I was with you guys than I did since graduating high school.
Really?
Really? Yeah. So I gotta learn that balance of like going out and doing stuff and working.
Right. For sure. For sure.
Yeah, your perspective though really really helps me understand, or it's always helped me understand when people are just. What I like about you though, you're saying like, I don't want to struggle of paying a part or paying for anything. Like you want to have that freedom. I have other people in my life that they're okay with that. Like they'll literally take off the chains that they have around their neck, their watches, and just go and pawn it, and then they have money to take care of stuff. But they'll prioritize fun over necessities. What's important. Like that to me was crazy to me growing up and seeing that.
Yeah.
And my dad taught me a lot. Like there's priorities. There's a time where it's a grind, and there's times to be lenient, just have a good time.
For sure.
Yeah. So during that time of last year, it was like epoxy, cold calling, epoxy, working on the Airbnbs, and then cold calling. It was a huge grind last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Now it's a time of like, I just want to reflect and just take my time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm grateful for that I have that freedom to do that, because I put in the work. But like business is only like ramping up more, because I do junk removal as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, because and too, like, sometimes like what you need the most is personal growth. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I feel. That's what I feel like I've gone through in the last couple of years. Is I spent the last couple of years like personally growing, and my, the real estate investment part of it has been good too. You know what I mean? We've got our rentals. Our rentals have been rented out and doing really well. But like I said earlier, it's not, life-changing cash flow or anything. But I think the biggest growth for me was the mindset. And like now with the mobile home opportunities that I have, that's starting to change the today money, and I can see different pathways of how everything's going to grow. You know what I mean? And to me, the most exciting thing about that is the freedom that the money will give me. You know what I mean? And it's not like it's not that I want to be a millionaire. It's that I want to help this person, that person. And I want to build something big enough to include all these other people. And along with that, I'll just end up a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I'm doing something to help these people and build something that will include other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think and all this other stuff that I want, of course, you know what I mean? I'd like to have this house or that house or maybe a vacation home here. And, I want 10 Broncos.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I love my Broncos.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I want a classic one, and I want about one from everybody style. And
nice.
So Broncos are my thing. I love my Broncos.
Hell yeah.
But that's not why to get 10 Broncos isn't why I do what I do.
Yeah.
To build something that will include other people and help other people is why I do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And the 10 Broncos will come. And if they don't, I only got 3. Meh, it's all right.
I like that. Shooting for the moon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, shooting for the stars. You end up in the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And that was something that really happened these last 2 years. Mindset.
Yeah.
If it's not right, everything else is not. Like the analogy of taking care of yourself on an airplane before you help others.
Yeah.
That always plays in my head. If your mindset isn't right, everything else is just really poor.
Yeah.
In your life. And I always thought getting rich, then I would get healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Just put in the grind, stay up till 2 a.m, grind, and then wake up early. It works for a lot of people. Those people that are built different, you just know they're built different. Like Gary V's in this world, Elon Musk, all those type of people. For me, I don't want to give myself an out, but also want to be lenient to myself, like you said. Be grateful for yourself. Be in that gap. Like you're grateful for everything, and you're giving yourself a pat on the back, but you want more. Keep striving for more, for better. Like you're growing.
Yeah.
Getting better each and every day.
For sure.
Yeah. Like for me, it's physical as well. Like when I was failing in business and I did 75 hard. Have you heard of 75 hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I don't know much about it. I just know like Eddie and a couple other people were doing it, but I don't really know much aside from they were doing 75 hard, and it has something to do with working out.
Yeah. So 75 hard, there's just 5 rules. It's drink a gallon of water, read 10 pages of a book, nonfiction, take a picture of yourself every day, follow a diet, and work out 2 times. And those 2 workouts, one of them has to be outside, and they have to both be at least 45 minutes each. I was 280 and I dropped 50 pounds. I went to 230.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was doing the keto diet and I had a lot of fat. So I was just burning so much weight or so much fat. And then towards the end of it, I had such low energy.
Really?
Because I didn't have the carbohydrates or anything. I was eating just strictly like protein, like even the sauces that I would eat. I wouldn't eat anything that's not keto.
Okay.
But in the midst of that, I was in the best shape of my life, but my business was failing and my mindset wasn't straight. And I just went back to finding food as comfort.
Yeah.
Completely. Like I just wanted to eat and just eat my feelings away.
Yeah.
Basically, right? And now I'm in a better state. I'm working on that. I'm working on the food. Like I have a better relationship with food.
Yeah.
Working out is essential for me now. I see myself being more happy and being around people still. Like I see people from high school or people I've seen, friends and old friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm prioritizing that, the working out, and just enjoying life right now.
Yeah.
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 So that growth, being in that time of growth.
For sure.
It's an interesting time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good though. As long as it's positive and it's pushing you in the right direction, that's all that matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like during that time of like coming up here every week, that was fun. That was a great time. Learned so much being around everybody. And I still want to show up to meetups and still being around people, because every time you go somewhere you learn something new.
Yeah.
Like talking to Tyler, I learned a few things from there, and just like even every time I'm hanging out with you, I get a little nugget from you.
Yeah.
Every single time, I swear. It's always something, and it's just, that's when you know you're around good people.
Yeah.
Because you're learning something. You're not just there just to have fun, and I get it. It's a great time, but man, it's being around people that are constantly growing, that's important as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So I still want to be able to come out here like once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
we
miss you, man. We're happy to have you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, we're always excited when you come.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that was a lot of people, 120 plus people.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that Eddie did that, like, and staying consistent like that every Friday doing that, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot. And I've talked to other people that are like, yeah, I run a meetup in this state or this city, and they're like, man, every week's a lot. Like, I don't know how you do that every week. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't know how Eddie does it either, but that's like, he's created something that's just the camaraderie in the community, and what he's created is amazing.
Yeah, one thing I saw different in Squad Up, like, versus everybody else, like I think our group was like hanging out and like talking to stuff, but like we would just go and network. Mm-hmm. But I didn't see anybody else having it like how we had it, you know? Like, I mean, everybody had their, like, I'm not playing down anybody else's, but I was talking to Eddie. I was like, bro, the community you've created is phenomenal. Yeah, in Arizona, it's really sick.
Yeah, for sure.
Seeing everybody there, it was a good time.
Yeah, and people that come, like that come to Eddie's group that show up here for like a golden ticket or for like some kind of event Pace has, that fly into town from somewhere else. They're just like, man, they're always blown away. They're just like, this is amazing. Like, the fact that you guys have this like every week is so awesome. Like, I'm lucky to, like, there's like 4 people where I live, and we're lucky to get together like once every couple months. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, I'm definitely super grateful for being where I am, and for Eddie putting on what he's put on.
Yeah, huge shout out to him.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Everybody that shows up. And if you're in Phoenix or in Arizona, highly recommend you go out to that event. It's every Friday, 4343 North Scottsdale Road, Phoenix, Arizona. Highly recommend you stop in on Friday nights, and follow Eddie to know updates, because he's going to Italy next month. So, yeah, I don't know when you see this podcast, but highly recommend going out there. Even if you're not in real estate. Because being around those people will make you think differently, and you meet some of the greatest people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anybody can come. Anybody, anywhere can come.
Oh, it's free.
Like, it's free. And it's free. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we're a lot of us are in Pace's community, but like, we want anybody and everybody to show up.
Man. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm not in sub 2 or gate or nothing. Like, that's how open everybody is to like accepting, and it's a great time. Great.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
You know what's crazy? Pace bought the apartments I used to live in. That's 10 minutes up the road from me.
Oh, really?
It was his first sub 2 fund that he bought.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The sub 2
that's
fund.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't even know what was going on with that property. They didn't have it for sale or anything. And the guy who was following up, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. He said that they were about to like just go away with it, with the whole property, and people were going to lose their spots, like their homes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was an interesting story. They
were going to tear the whole thing down? I
don't know. I think they were just going to leave it vacant. People were going to have to be taken out. Yeah, it was a really interesting story. I wish I knew his name. I'm sorry. But I told Pace, I said, hey, man, I used to live up in that apartment up there. He's like, no kidding. I'm like, yeah, it's a full circle moment. Like, you guys are changing everything. I mean, everyone's happy about it, even though he's raising the rent, like, which is not significant, but he's updating it. Because, dude, those carpets when I lived there, which was 2007, 2008, were stained and everything. So I can only imagine what it looked like and they hadn't made any updates from what they told me. And Pace is changing it up, making it look nice. So yeah, it was it's cool that opening my mind to creative deals and making everything work, even if it's not just a house, it's a car as well.
Right.
Yeah, like I've been thinking a lot of toying around with this idea of getting a fifth wheel and doing it creatively and using that as an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Just for the months of November to February, and have it paid off, so we just have a fifth wheel.
Yeah.
Like, I've been thinking about that.
You guys, and if you guys have an acre, you could park it on your acre, and you could run some plumbing and electrical out to a pad.
Yeah.
And build like this cool little pad, like maybe in the back corner of the acre or something like that. Park a fifth wheel on it.
I was thinking of electrical for sure. We can run a cord and stuff, but the plumbing would be different. Like, we would have to go and go. There's a lot of camping parks or RV parks. I'm sorry. You can go and clean it out and stuff. They'll pay you. They'll charge you a fee or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about that, toying around with that idea, and I'm like, I don't know, because I heard there's a lot of maintenance that goes on with fifth wheels and RVs.
There is. I actually used to do. I have a family friend who used to have an RV park. and he also had an RV rental business.
Oh.
And so I worked with him for a while at the RV rental business and at the RV park. And there is, I mean, if you get a brand new one or one that's in good shape, you know what I mean? Like that, you know, you even if you sub to one, but somebody's taking real good care of it. I mean, they last for a while, man. It's not like they're always breaking down. Now, if you buy one that's, you know, 20 years old, that like is kind of falling apart already, like that, hell no. Like I wouldn't even want to mess with that. You know what I mean? But if you buy one that the guy, like, you know, he's got his fifth wheel and he's got his boat and he's got his other thing. He just wanted a new fifth wheel 4 years later, and he always took really good care of that one. Probably won't have ton of problems with it. You know what I mean? And there's enough people you can find if you don't know anything about it that can come fix it. You know? But yeah, and there, I mean, you could always pull it to an RV park and they'll charge you to dump it.
Yeah.
You know, and then you also have those carts you can get that, like, you hook it up and you dump into a cart, and then you take the cart to one of those RV parks and dump the cart.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier when if you have like plumbing run to a site, you know what I mean? Because then you just hook up to it and you're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you wouldn't have to worry about in between people, or if somebody was there for a long time, for like a month or something like that, having to like move the RV or anything like that to go dump it, you know? And I don't know how hard it is to run plumbing from, if you already have plumbing on the property, to just run some plumbing to a clean out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was also thinking of like toying around with this idea as well. Have you heard of a yurt?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a huge market for yurts on Airbnb.
Yeah.
And
like the glamping.
Yeah, glamping.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I was thinking about it, if I just get a porta potty and there's companies that come out and they clean it, right?
Yeah.
You could make good money with that.
Yeah.
Really great money. You get a piece of land and just put yurts all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah, especially if you have some water. You can rent out kayaks. It's
yeah,
for
sure.
Cody Sanchez, do you know about Cody Sanchez?
Yeah.
She broke it down perfectly. She has a YouTube video where she broke down the cost of everything and how much she's gonna make.
Awesome yurts.
Awesome yurts. She bought some land and 2 yurts, like really nice ones.
Yeah.
And she broke down everything, the cost and maintenance and everything.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Cody Sanchez is a beast too.
Honestly, I give so much credit to her. First time I've heard of her was at Spire last year.
Okay.
Didn't even know who she was until then, and people were like, "Oh, Cody Sanchez." I'm like, "This is the first time I'm hearing about her." Watch that video if you guys get a chance, even if you're not into like doing Airbnb. The perspective of someone who has an open mind like her,
right?
Huge. Like, it was eye opening. Every little thing, because she even had Instagram moments, which I never heard of. So Instagram moments. So she puts up 2 yurts, and then she has this place where there's like picture frames hanging from a tree, and people like to take pictures of stuff because it's just different, something unique for Instagram. It's an Instagram moment.
Oh,
so people put Instagram beds. So it's a bed that's literally in the middle of nowhere, and it's cool to take a picture of that.
Oh, really?
So so they're creating like these Instagram moments, and people love to rent it out just for a shoot or something.
Oh, wow.
So they'll rent out the Airbnb, they'll stay for the Airbnb, but they're going to use it for taking a lot of photos.
Yeah.
Smart, dude.
That's cool.
That video is genius. It really opened my perspective.
I feel like on one of our properties, we're thinking about we want to put a pool on it, but we're gonna get a container pool that has like a window in the container pool.
Oh,
and so it's made, the pool's made out of a shipping container, but you cut a window into it.
Yeah.
And me and the guy that's helping me with my short-term rentals, like both of us at the same time, we're kind of like it'll be Instagrammable. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
Like, it's a pool.
Yeah.
And it may not be as huge as other pools, but people are going to be like, "Oh my God, is that a container? Let's go to window, bro. We got to go there." You know what I mean? And just you Instagram it. It'll be an Instagram moment. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
That's the idea of it. Yeah.
And then I talked to another guy that we got. He sells like game room stuff, like pool tables and ping pong tables and shuffleboard and foosball and little like game. And we got a video game table from him for one of our properties, and he has an Airbnb on his property in like Cave Creek, It's 20 minutes from downtown. Like it's not like it's in downtown or close to downtown. You still got to drive 20 minutes from his house to get to like all the cool stuff in Cape Creek.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it's booked out all the time. But he also he's got like an acre and a half. So he's also got like a pool and a like garage type like pool house, you know what I mean, where you go in there and like chill out, and there's games and stuff in there, and like get out of the heat and get in a fan or something like that, and the pool's there. Well, he does what you call peer space. Yeah. So it's a website like Airbnb, but it's for spaces. So people will come and rent out the pool and the pool house for a day to have like a party or something. And like he was telling me he made like $3,500 in like 2 days.
Whoa.
And I was like, what the fuck? Because I think one of them, he made $1,000 on like a Friday, where some people came out like for like 5 or 6 hours after work, and a bunch of people from like a company or something came out and used the pool and had like a pool party. And then the next day he had 2 different events, and like he charges like $125 a head or $100 a head or something to like rent the space or something like that. Yeah. So I that's a whole other thing that I thought about. Now you got to have, obviously, if you have 25 people come into your property, you've got to have room for everybody to park, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like he was saying he's got like some property across from his, like there's a couple lots that are like an acre and a quarter, and they're empty. And I'm just like, shit, you just buy that and make a whole like compound on it, you know what I mean? Like do that, like put a couple of like smaller Airbnbs on it, or a yurt or something like that, but then have like this cool pool with like a sunken fire pit and like an outdoor like kitchen, you know what I mean, with like misters and heaters,
playground for the kids.
Yeah, like have all that, and it would just be an event space on this acre and a half that has some like has some maybe 3 like maybe container homes, like 1 container 1 bedroom studio type houses, you know what I mean, that somebody can rent, and then also make it like a pure space place.
Yeah, make it a bar or something. Cool like that. And so we did something like that. It's called Swimply. Swimply. You can rent out just your pool. Yeah, you can do that. I forgot that I registered it, right? And it was during the summertime, which our Airbnb never gets booked. Yeah. We had a mess everywhere. Okay. So I posted the pool. Didn't think much of it. We didn't get anything for like a month, 2 months. And I'm just chilling. I get a notification saying, booked, coming in 2 hours, something like that. I panic and I tell everybody, mom, dad, and sister, guys, somebody rented the freaking pool for 2 hours and it's a mess out there. So we were cleaning and everything. And the guy showed up and everything with his girlfriend, and it was just in the nick of time. And we're like, yeah, we don't want to do this. We don't want to rent out just our pool, Yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot I had it on. Like, completely forgot to turn it off. So it was just something like that. But I never heard of that pure space. I need to look into that.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Especially if you guys have some property, you know what I mean? If you guys have an acre and you got space, like you could maybe put a pool, like, pergola, make it super nice, you know what I mean? And then just rent it out to like, and I don't know where you guys are, if you have, what kind of parking you have. He's like, dude, I'm at the end of a cul-de-sac, man. He's like, I got plenty of room to park, you know what I mean?
Yeah, ours is literally on a busy street. It's like the heart of Green Valley, and Walgreens is like close by.
Oh, okay.
So if it did become a huge deal, they could park over there because nobody's coming. Yeah. But during the summertime, there's no traffic, right? Yeah. You start seeing the traffic because people are driving on the opposite side of the road. Yeah. These older people, they should not have their license. The amount of times that I catch people driving on the opposite side of the road, it's scary, man. Really? Really, really. I know the snowbirds are back because I see it every day. Every day there's somebody driving on the opposite side of the road. Oh, that's funny. I have a TikTok of the camera that's pointing toward the street, and I'll show it to you later, but it's literally a car driving, and people are honking at him that he doesn't care.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting little place. You
Yeah.
know, there's not much that goes on in Green Valley at all, but when stuff goes down, it goes down. Like,
Really?
yeah, like I don't remember what day this was. It was a while back,
Get
but
some more water?
I'm good right now. I'm chilling. Thank you. See, he's such a great host. It's literally we're finishing up work. It's like 11 o'clock at night. We went out to go work late, and we're coming home, man. And this border patrol is flying through our street and has the lights on, and like there's another car is running around. They parked their car at the corner of where I live. Like my property's right here. Here's the main road, and there's street lights.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What stoplights?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Stoplight.
So they stopped their car, and a bunch of people run out of their car, and three other border patrol agents come up, and they start chasing the person through our arroyo. So on our acre lot, we have an arroyo going through the place,
Yeah.
and they were chasing them through there. And they're like, "Is it okay if I go through your property?" I said, or my dad's like, "Yeah, but you can't come inside, like, you know." And they're like, "No, it's okay, it's okay." Like they're running through, and they only ended up finding up like two people. But
Really?
yeah, it was crazy, you know.
That's funny.
Yeah, but stuff like that happens.
Yeah. That's a crazy story, man.
Yeah, they call the Green Valley sometimes a standing cruise ship.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Oh, wow.
People drink a lot.
Really?
A lot, man.
A whole bunch of bored old people.
Bored old people, they got money, they can spend money, and they're just retired. There's this guy, there's this really nice part of Green Valley, and it's a closed gated community, so it's very hard for the public to come in or whatever. And it's late at night. He's telling us a story. We're working next door, and he tells us, "Yeah, this place, they get really drunk and really crazy to the point where it's such a small community too. So everybody's using a golf cart. Everyone's driving a golf cart, hammered."
Yeah.
And he tells me there's this guy. I guess he's done it a few times, but I was talking to one of the securities that drive around, make sure everyone's okay, or if they get a call like, "Hey, there's a coyote," you know, or there's a snake. Call the fire department. But in this case, somebody called that somebody flipped their golf cart over. So the way that the housings work in that place as well, the golf course goes through people's houses.
Yeah.
Houses. It's a golfing community.
Okay.
So they get a call at like 2 a.m, 3 a.m, that the guy, someone has their golf cart flipped over, and they're like, "Oh, okay." So they bring two of the security guards to go flip it back and take him back home. And it happens occasionally, like it happens every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how crazy they get.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No.
That's cool stories, though, man.
Yeah.
Cool collecting stories.
Yeah, every once in a while, get some funny story or something like that, just change your perspective on life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, again, they talk about death like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Talk about it like it's completely nothing. We've had people where they say, "Yeah, my husband died a month ago." No fate, like no reaction.
Yeah.
And it's because they've already had a husband died in the past, you know.
Like this is just what happens now.
Yeah.
Husbands die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard another like tip if you're I don't want to get into like too personal stuff, like telling you what to do with your life, but from a learning perspective, I had this lady, I've known her like my whole life. Ever since my dad started the company, he's known her, and we've done so many jobs for her, and she's referred us a lot. But her husband, he was more like, "You can't touch anything. You can't. You have allowance. Like I'll give you a check every month, and that's what you're allowed to spend.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a credit card. You don't have access to the bills. You don't have to worry about any of that. I take care of it." Well, he ended up dying. And
she has no earthly idea how to handle any of it.
Water shut off, electrical shut off. She didn't know how to pay for anything. She didn't know how to get the money, so she had to learn it all by herself, and that was hard for her. But it worked out. You know, she was able to make it work. But that's just something to like keep in mind. You know, like my dad is telling my mom as well. Like they got to set that up. You know, God forbid anything ever happens. But you learn the real stuff, the hard stuff.
Right.
Yeah, from those type of situations. So that's all you really can do in a community like that.
Right.
which only like 15 minutes away is a younger community, which where I used to live,
Okay.
Sahuarita, and there's a lot of kids, people my age, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds,
Yeah.
get a mixture of older and younger. But I live directly in where everybody's retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, interesting perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
You got any other questions for me?
Um, not specifically, no.
No.
No. Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting with the Airbnb stuff. Like, you're gonna try it out this like from here on out?
Yeah, we got our property in Fairview. Is going online. I'm waiting on my license officially, my short term rental license to come from this city. But once that finally comes through, it's ready to be booked right away.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the Coronado house, the casita, we actually have ended up renting it out long term to a friend of ours.
Okay.
And then the main house, we're getting that fixed up. We're gonna make the basement, which used to be my office / podcast studio / art room. It used to be this room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna make that kind of a game room, have a TV in there, and then like board games, and then I think we're gonna put a dart board and a foosball table down there.
Foosball, I never heard of it.
And foosball is?
Foosball.
Foosball, yeah.
Foosball.
I did say foosball. Foosball.
That foosball, Bobby.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then I think later on we want to put save money right now. We're not going to put it in right away, but I think later on we want to put a shuffleboard in there too, like right under the table, because it'll fit perfectly. Like a 9-foot will fit perfectly. And shuffleboard's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it gives people a little bit of a variety of things to play there, you know? And then I think when we add the pool, like I think that property is going to do phenomenal when we add the pool, because it'll have a game room downstairs. It's got a gym upstairs. It's got 3 bedrooms. It'll have a pool.
Dang.
Like I think it's going to do really, really good.
Heck yeah.
So, and Tyler has a property, and he had, like, not this past May, but the May before that, the May from like 2024, they have a property that didn't have a pool, but they had like one of those big ass like water troughs, almost the big round ones.
Okay,
you know what I mean? They kind of decorated it and made it like a little lounge pool and put like hooked up a pump to it and stuff like that. And it did good, you know what I mean? Like people liked it. It was fun, but like he said, they did $1,900 in like May of 24, and then May of this year they did $8,000 after getting a pool. Yeah, so we have a pool, and then it's also a container, and it's got a window in it. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a cool attraction.
That is going to be different then.
Yeah, and a game room downstairs and a gym. So
I was going to say, like, maybe you can make it heated, like for the winter time.
Yeah, you can make it heated for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
That much of a difference?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And also where we are, what's one of the positive things about the Fairview property where we are, there's not very many houses with pools. Like in the historic districts, there's not like you go to Scottsdale, it's like every house has a pool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Down here, there's not a whole lot of pools. There are pools, of course, but it's not like every house. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to do good here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, man. I love like, again, you're thinking out of the box. Love that thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, just constantly. Do you ever like stay?
Mostly because I try to listen to everything everybody else around me says, and I try to pull all those little pieces together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's important as well. Like being around everybody, like you just hear some of like the craziest like solutions to problems, or like creating like a horse trough. Like, a horse trough, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, a pool.
Like one of those big those galvanized metal horse troughs. Yeah.
Freaking A.
One of those kind of the big tall ones. He's like, it fit like 5 or 6 people in it.
It's genius.
Yeah.
And that $7,000 difference?
Well, no, that he made $1,900 with that, but they took that out and put a pool in.
Oh, a real pool. Oh, okay.
And that's where it changed to
something like that. Really changes perspective.
But that's still, I mean, that's a great idea too. We don't have a pool. Let's throw this trough in here, and it'll be like like a place to sit and have a drink. You know what I mean? At least something that has to do with water as opposed to nothing at all. You know,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, our Airbnb is we do have a pool, but we don't really advertise it as much because we've had people where they message us saying, "Can we just rent out the pool?"
Yeah.
And they say we. And we're like, "You're gonna bring like a party, and
Yeah.
we can't have a party, you know, because we have neighbors and stuff." Good thing is we're not in an HOA, but the problem is they will treat it really badly. Like they will use the bathroom, and everybody will bring in water, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Majority of the people that stay at our place are a little bit older.
Okay.
They like again, it's Green Valley. The best things that we have is uh, bird watching up in the mountains.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was interesting to learn about renting it out. People were coming in, especially in February. I don't know why February. I guess there's a specific birds that come out in February, and they were just from like 5 in the morning. They would go out all day, come back at like 8 o'clock because that's when the sun's going down. 9 o'clock, and they would just go out there every day.
Watch birds.
Yeah, like I'm not knocking bird watchers. Right? That's your thing, but like, wow, like out of all places, Green Valley would come out and do that.
Yeah.
February is a crazy month for Tucson.
Is it?
Green Valley? Yeah, because you got Super Bowl. That's number one. Valentine's Day, and you got bird watching, and also the gem show.
Okay.
That's a crazy month for us.
So Super Bowl's big, even if it's not in Arizona.
Yeah.
It's like a big, like there's a lot of stuff going on there because of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and it's a plus because of the gem show. The gem show is one of the biggest. I guess it's one of the biggest, or if not the biggest, gem show in the world.
My mom does a lot of jewelry stuff. She used to go to that gem show every year.
Yeah, so people from all over come to that.
Wow.
All over, they come to that gem show. People would knock me because I'm like, I never been to it. Like, bro, you live in Tucson and you can make it. You know? I plan to make it this February, but man,
it's like people say that to me about Arizona. They're like, you live in Arizona, you haven't been to the Grand Canyon?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's not like it's around the corner. Like I got to drive 4 hours to get there, and I have things to do.
Yeah, me too. I've never been,
but I want to go. I just, fuck, man, life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've been wanting to go to Lake Havasu as well.
Yeah, me too.
That's a huge one.
I haven't been to Lake Havasu either.
You have to get a permit and stuff, right?
Oh, I don't know. Do you?
Yeah, you gotta
or to go on the lake
to go camping for sure.
Oh yeah.
But to go on the lake, I don't know. I don't know what the rules and regulations are. But.
And there's a couple other lakes too. There's another lake that I always see on Instagram has like cool rocks that you like can paddleboard through and stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
Is it Lake Pleasant? Or Lake, I don't know.
I don't know much about the.
I don't know which lake it is either.
Yeah.
That's why I save all my Instagram stuff. My cool, like I have an Arizona because you can save your Instagram stuff to a
collection.
Yeah, collection. Yeah. So I've got like my Arizona collection. So it's all every time I see like something from Instagram, it's like, oh, the top 10 places to go hiking. You know what I mean?
We have two different algorithms because mine's all about food, places to go eat, places to go eat and stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, I need to try that place out.
Yeah. I don't think I have like when the Phoenix, like the best of the year in Phoenix or top 10 best or whatever that magazine comes out, like the Phoenix magazine. Like it just came out this last month and I got it, so I can go look through there and find like cool places to eat, and cool places to go and stuff. Yeah,
a huge shout out. Like if you're ever in Tucson, go to La Frida.
Okay.
La Frida. It's based on the painter La Frida. I forgot her last name. I'm sorry, but man, that food is like art.
Really?
It's so beautiful. If you're ever in town, you ever go La Frida. Best Mexican food I've ever had.
Really?
I haven't tasted anywhere else, and I can't, like, if I wanted to make it myself, I couldn't.
Really?
It's an interesting flavors. It's different. Everything on that menu is delicious.
Yeah. I love good food, man.
Yeah, I love food.
So we might have to take a day trip out there and start something and go hang out.
Yeah, I've always told people if you're ever in town, go there. I can meet you there. But I'm a huge foodie. I love trying out restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
La Frida, for sure. I haven't really like explored much of Phoenix, like food and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't explored enough. Me and Deborah have explored around here. but I haven't explored like really gone into like finding like some. I pass places all the time, but I always forget like that. Like it'll be like, well, let's go to a new place, and then I can't think of a new place. You know what I mean? But like I'll drive around and I'll pass 15 of them and be like, oh, we should eat there, we should eat there, we should eat there, and then I can't think of any of those places.
Best thing I've done is two things: either go to TikTok and like restaurants near me, and people will post about it,
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
or go on Google, see what's the highly rated places.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
love that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I guess you want to call it a day.
It's up to you, man. It's your podcast.
Yeah.
Unless you got more questions.
Nothing specific. I'll definitely have you back though.
All right.
Have you back, and we'll talk about something else.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with the winter, the season coming back with Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy one.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
down there, it's just rapidly growing.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I explained it, but in the summertime, the little rooms were being rented out versus the big one.
Yep.
And a lot of those people are coming because they're either helping a parent move out or because they're coming to look at the houses that they're building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're renting out the small one versus the bigger one.
Yeah.
Well, the bigger one never rented out in the summer, right? So the small one still being rented out for that reason.
Right.
But it's just you never know why somebody's gonna buy or rent. You never know. Like for you, like you getting this house, like you want a urinal. That was like a huge upside, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know why people are gonna buy it. Why? So I saw a lot of stuff on like Marketplace, like Facebook Marketplace. This is one guy. We had this TV. It was old, man. Like it was 14 years old at the time. And my dad's like, sell it. I'm like, I'm gonna sell it for cheap. You know, he's like, no, we'll try to sell it for like this, and then if you get an offer, then we'll see. We'll see what you get. I had no messages or anything. This one guy reaches out to me like 4 p.m. He's like, bro, I'll give you full price. I'm coming now to go pick it up.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, this guy's acting weird. Like the way his wording is very aggressive. And like, Dad, you're gonna have to go with me because I don't trust going by myself. This dude's like acting a little bit weird. And we go and we're gonna talk to the guy. And his friend, he brings a friend. And he's like, bro, it's it. That's it. And he's like, I'm just staying quiet. And he's like, yep, it's that one. And I'm like, I have to ask, what's up with this TV? He said, bro, when I got divorced, my girlfriend, my wife took everything. And the main thing that pissed me off was she took my TV. And that's the exact same one. Same model and everything. And he's like, here's the money, bro. I know it works. I saw your picture. And that's why he bought.
Oh,
you never know what people are going to buy or rent.
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't that funny?
For sure. Yeah, I always joke, man, and it's kind of a half joke, but like doing these mobile home remodels, like I want to put a pot filler.
A pot filler
in every mobile home. If you go to like luxury houses, they have like over the stove, they have those. It's like a water outlet, and it has like a line, where you undo it, so it goes over the pot, and you can fill the pot without having to take it to the sink and then carry it to the stove. Yeah, and so like. Nobody's ever gonna have a fucking mobile home with a pot filler in it. You know what I mean? Like ever, right? You know what I mean? But like, I want to put a pot filler because it can't be that expensive to run it from the sink to the stove. Yeah, you know what I mean? Run a little bit of water there. You know what I mean? Throw a pot filler in there. You know, get a cheap pot filler. It's a mobile home. I don't have to get like the most expensive pot filler. That's
one thing from Danny McBride that I learned, that it's whatever you want to do, it's more possible to do it with a mobile home. Yeah, that's one thing he did say, and I'm like, yeah, if you think out of the box like that. Yeah, you'll never know why. Maybe someone will just buy just for that reason.
Well, and that's what I feel like. I feel like some chick's gonna come in who like watches HGTV and like looks at all the, the nice homes. You know what I mean? At the home and garden shows or magazines and stuff. She's dreaming about her luxury home, but they can only afford a mobile home, and she walks in and there's a pot filler. I got you. I know you're buying this mobile home.
Exactly for that reason.
Baby, there's a pot filler in there. Oh my God. I never knew I'd ever have a pot filler.
I love that. Yeah.
So I might try it once or twice and see what happens.
Yeah, I'd love to hear the result of that. That'd be freaking awesome.
Yeah. If nothing else, fuck it. It'll be funny.
Just a little bit of work, but it'll work out. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to put it'd be interesting to put like on HGTV, like they have some of those shows where somebody will sorry, had another yawn. But somebody will like I know Tariq Al Musa. He used to do that fix and flip with his wife.
Yeah,
And then they got divorced and they do different things now, but they're still friends.
Yeah.
And but he has a show called Flipping 101, where he takes somebody who's like a new fix and flipper and he'll like help kind of guide them through their house, you know what I mean? And a lot of times they argue with him and they're like, no, I want to do this or I want to do that. And he'll be like, you're trying to appeal to a bigger audience. I know you love, terracotta tile, but probably shouldn't go in a modern house, you know what I mean? Or something like that. And it's funny because what they'll do is they'll put cameras up. And then when they do the open house and people walk through, they're like sitting in a van outside. And so like the couple can hear the reactions that they're getting from people walking through, you know what I mean? Okay. So like I'd love to do that and like see what the reaction is to the pot filler in the mobile home.
I think it would be a very big conversation because nobody does that.
Yeah. Like, and I think some people probably wouldn't even know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They might not know what it is at all. You know what I mean? Okay. And then there'll be some of them that are like, a pot filler?
I've always wanted one.
Yeah.
And they buy it just for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I've always interesting.
I want to do I want to build a barndominium. That's one of my like materialistic goals.
Yeah.
Barndominium. Yeah. And definitely have a pot filler in that freaking kitchen.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen I want to build like a badass container home.
Okay.
That's just built out of like, because you can do some cool shit with containers where like they'll put two containers together to make like a bigger space, and then they'll put one like crooked, diagonal on the side, or they'll put one like half in the ground, and those will be that'll be where the stairs are.
Yes, yes.
Or they'll put one straight up, and you like take the stairs up to get to a second story or something.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, bro. All kinds of shit, bro.
Have you seen? Did you by any chance get the watch a series with Ryan Trahan, where he's traveling to all 50 states and trying each Airbnb at each state?
No.
Bro, you gotta
What's that called?
Kidding me. I gotta show it to you. Going to 50 states in 50 days.
Okay.
Or 50 Airbnbs in 50 days. I'm gonna send it to you. But Ryan Trahan, him and his girlfriend were traveling all throughout the United States, finding the best Airbnb at each state.
Okay.
And one of those was a container.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where they stayed at. But they only were able to stay for a little bit. So they're traveling. You get to see the whole series, but just the gist of it, they're carrying a thing called Wheel of Doom. And whenever they were trying to raise money for St. Jude.
Okay.
So every time somebody donated $50,000 or more, they would have to spin the wheel, and they would have to do whatever the challenge was on the wheel. So in that one, they had to run out of gas completely, and then they were able to go to their Airbnb. And the Airbnb was the container one, and that was one of the cooler ones, and they didn't get a chance to like really enjoy it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But dude, it's a great series to watch.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend. It's a great watch for every day. To watch one at least.
Yeah.
It was my nightly thing during the whole summer.
Okay.
And then it ended because it was after 50 days. They had their whole 50 days up. And one of them, I'm not sure where it was. I don't think it was Vegas, but it was in the middle of the desert. It wasn't here either. There was like a Star Wars theme type of area.
Oh, yeah.
And they put a container out in the middle of it, and it was more like a spot where it was a soda bar. So they had different syrups and coffee for you to have, and you can make your own soda there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's why, like, if you ever do a container type thing, you can make a whole bar out of it.
Yeah.
Soda or alcohol.
Yeah. They have some. I've seen somewhere. Like, I'm always looking on Pinterest.
Okay.
And saving like container rooms on Pinterest.
Smart.
But they have some that like where they'll like cut the whole side and make it like a garage door where it opens up. And so it's like a patio, but when the garage door opens up, that ends up being the cover for the patio. And then there's sliding doors behind it to go into the container.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they have some really cool container home ideas.
I can see you making a container home, dude.
Yeah,
making it totally badass.
Yeah, like my Pinterest board for container homes is huge.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Well, don't let me forget to send you that one.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to check it out. Well, I think we should call it a day. How long? I think it's been
3 hours, I bet. Yeah, 3 hours,
Yeah,
bro.
it's my longest podcast so far.
Really?
Yeah, they keep
Wow.
getting longer and longer.
I just talk forever.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I do too, man. I love it. Like, and I don't like when you were asking, like, what should I prepare something? I'm like, nah, bro, just show up. We'll talk about whatever. You know what I mean? I talked to my buddy the other day. We went out Friday. I met him to have a drink, and I told him, I told him, I was like, you should come on my podcast. He's like, yeah, but I don't do real estate and things. I was like, I don't care. Doesn't matter, bro. Like, we'll just get on there and just talk about whatever. You know what I mean?
That's why I like the title, Imperfect.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
talking.
And then he was telling me too, he's like, well, you can always edit out the dumb stuff. I'm like, nope. I was like, I just throw it on there, bro. I don't edit shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. It doesn't matter, man. It's all, I'm not brand new. It's learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was looking at Joe Rogan's because he's on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he's like the most listened to podcast on the planet.
Yeah.
And I was just curious, like how he started out. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So I went all the way back to podcast number 1. Holy shit, bro! It's trash.
Yeah.
Like beyond trash. Of course, that was like this podcast right now is a million times better than his first podcast.
Right.
But podcasts are a thing. They make microphones for them and, you know, setups for them, and they make lights for them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like you have seen enough podcasts that you kind of know how they work.
Yeah.
So like me starting out with a podcast, I'm eons ahead of him because he created this thing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Or helped
Yeah.
create it. But yeah, it's funny because just do you have Spotify?
No, I don't have Spotify.
Okay,
no.
he's I think he's only on Spotify. He's exclusive on Spotify. But if you ever get a chance, like to figure it out or to go see it, go look at like Joe Rogan podcast number 1, episode 1.
Yeah.
And it's just like him and his buddy, like in front of a computer, and they're looking at the computer and they're like fucking with the screen, like the different, I don't know what platform they were using, but you could like press a button and it would be like snowflakes falling on the screen. And then you'd press another button and it'd be like fire, you know what I mean? Like on the screen, like effects on the screen, but like, you know, 15-year-old fire effects on a computer, a shitty computer.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean? And so it's all grainy and shitty. And him and his buddy, and they're high. You know what I mean? And him and his buddy are just looking at it like, oh, that's cool. Oh, shit, that's lame, bro. Take that shit off there. You know what I mean? And that's what their podcast is them just trying to figure out how to do a podcast.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
I like that you look at it that perspective, man.
Yeah.
I guess it's true, man. You go back to like you right now, you doing art and stuff. You might
Yeah.
go back to your beginning art that you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for me, it's like videos I've done in the past. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I thought I was the shit.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, me too, man. Because
Yeah.
I told you I used to do video stuff too.
Oh,
I did. Yeah. And like weddings and graduations and promotional material for bands and businesses and stuff. And
Yeah.
when I got arrested, I lost all that shit.
Ah.
I still have my computer though. The FBI sent me my computer back.
Oh, they took like all your stuff?
Yeah, they took everything, bro. And what they didn't take, I think, was in my storage unit. Neither my girlfriend at the time either sold it or let it go because she couldn't pay it or something. I don't know what happened.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they sent me my computer back though. So, but I can't get into it because it's super fucking old, and so it's not compatible with anything. I have a
Wow.
computer and I have a hard drive, but I can't get into either one of them.
Mm.
And I know that there's ways to do it. I was talking to a guy at Best Buy who was a computer nerd guy, and he was telling me how to do it. And so I bought the stuff to do it, but then I forgot what he told me to do.
Yeah.
So I gotta go find another dude like him to be like, dude, listen, I'll just pay you $100 to come to my house and get the shit off my computer and onto a hard drive that I can go back into and look. But I'm hoping on that hard drive and or the computer that I have all my video shit.
Oh, okay.
Because there was some cool shit on there.
I was about to say what was on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a wedding that I did on there. I had just some cool shit with my dogs, you know what I mean? And like shit, because I filmed everything for like 2 years. I just walked around with the camera and filmed everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I had some cool shit at Ingram Dam, which is in Texas. There's Kerrville, Ingram, and Hunt are kind of all next to each other.
Oh, I never heard of these
And
places.
yeah, they're small. Kerrville's like top 10 in the nation in retirement towns, or it used to be anyway. I don't know where it is now. But Ingram's smaller, and then you go a little bit further, and Ingram and Hunt's even smaller. But during all that flooding in Texas,
Oh.
it was crazy, bro. Like it flooded out the whole. There's like the dam store. They call it the dam store.
Mm-hmm.
and it's DAM store, but it
Okay.
sounds like the damn store. You know what I mean? But you would go, people go there and they slide down the dam, and they
Oh.
do it like every all every weekend. People go and slide down the dam. I used to go slide down the dam. I went with my dog. My dog would slide down the dam,
Oh.
and so I set up a tripod and I would film people sliding down the dam, and I was gonna make I was gonna call it the damn video, and try to sell it at the damn store, and
Oh.
of like people sliding down the dam and stuff like that. Because people will do it. They'll come into town and they'll do it, and then they'll go home and they'll try to explain to some people like, "Oh, that's cool," but like you don't really get it until you see people like sliding down the dam. You know what I mean? And you would have like people sit on their butt and slide down the dam, but then like you get the people who do it all the time and they're sliding on their feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like one guy brings a skateboard deck with no wheels.
Yeah.
And he'll like jump off and like land on the deck and then slide down the dam, and then people will like take their kayaks over the dam and canoes over the dam and shit. It's pretty cool.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
I never heard of this one. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah.
But it got flooded out bad. Like the whole dam store got flooded. Cars were like in the building and shit, like up against the building and shit. And then the Hunt store has been like, it's like a historic store. It's been there for like years and years, like I don't know how long it's been there. It's been there for a long, long time. As long as I've ever known it, since I was a kid, it's been there. But that got totally flooded out. It's pretty crazy. That flood was crazy. And I've been in Kerrville when there were some crazy floods, like the water all the way up to like the highway, the bridge that goes over the road. You know what I mean? Or the bridge that goes over the river. And like you stand up there and you look down, the river's way, way down there. And it got all the way up to right under the bridge. And this one is apparently worse than that.
Whoa.
And especially because as quick as it happened. Happened like in 2 hours or something.
Dude, for us, like where we live, we have an arroyo going through our place. That thing will turn into like a river almost.
Yeah.
It gets pretty high up there, and it just comes during the monsoon season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you gotta watch out for like flash floods, they call it.
Yep.
You're walking in a wash and you can just get taken out like that. Even though there's no rain, it's coming from the mountain. It's taking us a while to get down. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to read Louis L'Amour books.
No, I never heard of
He's a
it.
Western writer. He's super famous. If you like read Westerns, like he's like the Michael Jordan of Western writing. And I've always loved Westerns. I think I've read like every single book he has. But it's almost historic fiction. Like historic fiction, you know what historic fiction is? Historical fiction is where they take like an author will take fictional characters and put them in a real historical setting.
Okay.
And so and it's called historic fiction. So you get history with it. You're getting the history of the events, like accurate historical history of the events through the eyes of fictional characters that are in the event. So they call it historic fiction.
Didn't know that.
And Louis L'Amour is Western, but it's kind of like historical fiction because he teaches you about like his character will be going through Wyoming, and then he'll like educate you about Wyoming in 1847. You know what I mean? And like or whatever time it is, or 1883 or something. You know, he'll educate you about in Wyoming this city in Wyoming was started by such and such, and the character is like going to that city and like dealing with real historical figures while he's in that city and stuff. But one of the things he talked about, like, because there's always like crazy shit that happens, you know what I mean? That's shootouts and like bad people are chasing them and like either saving, a damsel in distress or something, you know what I mean?
That's cool. I didn't know that.
But he puts a lot of history in his stories, and one of the things he talks about though, because I learned a lot about like if I ever lived in the woods, you know what I mean? Things I need to pay attention to, and that was one of them. Was that like you have to be real careful if you're going through like if it's the right time of year, you know what I mean? It's springtime or whatever time it rains, you know what I mean? In that area, you have to be careful going through like dry creek beds because flash floods, and people will just be like walking through a creek bed and all of a sudden. And they'll just come out of nowhere. And same thing you just said, because it's not raining or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I never heard of historical fiction. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he have like Audible books? Do you know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's I think probably most of his books are on Audible, and he's technically not historical fiction, but I put him in the historical fiction category in addition to the Western category
Mm-hmm.
because he inserts so much true history and geography of the United States and stuff in his stories with his characters. His characters are cool as shit though, bro. Like they're all uh like a man's man, you know what I mean? Like a guy who like he doesn't take shit from other dudes, but he's a nice guy. You know what I mean? He's a nice guy. He doesn't pick on people. He's not a bully. He just goes through life like just minding his own business and being a good guy. But if you fuck with him, oh, you fucked the wrong dude, bro.
Like Jack Reacher.
Yeah,
like
yeah, you know
like
what I
that.
mean? Yeah, like they'll handle their fucking business, and they're usually like trying to save some woman who's getting like treated bad by some guy, or got like kidnapped by some bad guy or something like that, and they're cool. They're super cool stories, and they're small too. So like even if you wanted to just like try one out, like check one out. Riley's Luck is one of my favorites. It's this guy Will Riley who is he's a gambler, and he gets somebody like leaves a kid with him and then abandons the kid, and so he ends up raising the kid as his own. But then like on the back end, like the kid's mom and like all this like she's kind of this evil bitch, and she like marries rich guys and then they mysteriously die. You know what I mean? And then she has their money. And so like weird shit like that's happening. But then she finds out her kid is still alive because she told her boyfriend at the time to go leave him in the fucking blizzard.
Oh.
And instead of doing that, he's like, hey, Will, I got to go do this thing with whatever the mom's name was. You know what I mean? Can you just watch him for, like a couple hours? And Will's playing, he's gambling. He's playing cards in the lobby of this hotel. So he takes him up to the hotel and has him shuffle cards while he goes back down and gambles, and then the guy never comes back, and so he ends up raising the kid for like all these years. But they meet Billy the Kid, and they meet like, and Will Riley's friends with like Wild Bill Hickok and shit like that, so they're in the story. It's super cool. It's a super cool story. Yeah, but even if you don't like westerns, I would recommend just trying one out just for the sake of doing it.
No, actually,
it might hook you. Might hook you, man.
It reminded me of Shanghai Noon. I just watched that movie. Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson.
Yeah,
they have like real characters show up, like Charlie Chaplin as a kid, supposedly.
Yeah,
just stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm down to listen to that.
Yeah, Riley's Luck. That'd be my first recommendation.
Riley's Luck.
Yeah, Riley's Luck. It's a good book. But and then if I thought of some, I can't think the authors' names, but like I read all of his books too. There's another author that I can't remember his name, but he wrote a bunch of historical fiction for the United States, like during the Civil War and the Revolutionary War and things like that. So he created these characters and then put them in historical events. And then there's another one that my uncle sent me while I was in prison about South Africa. It was historical fiction, which is really cool to like learn the history of South Africa, the country of South Africa. And the country of Rhodesia, which is now Zimbabwe, which my dog is a Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Okay.
But you ever heard of a Rhodes Scholar? So like they give out a Rhodes Scholar. I don't know exact details about a Rhodes Scholar, but they get grants to go to college. And you have to be like super smart to get the grant, stuff like that.
Okay.
Well, the guy who started that was lived in South Africa, and he basically bought a bunch of land that he had diamond mines in next to South Africa, and then named it Rhodesia after himself. Oh, like Rhodes. Yeah. And then he created a fund where, so if you're super smart, you can be a Rhodes Scholar, which is like a like prestigious thing to be.
Nice. I feel like I have heard that.
What is a Rhodes Scholar? We're gonna chat GPT this shit. A Rhodes Scholar is a person who has received the Rhodes Scholarship, which is one of the most prestigious international scholarship programs in the world.
Hmm.
The Rhodes Scholarship was established in 1902 under the will of Cecil Rhodes, a British businessman and politician who literally had a country named after him.
That's insane.
Yeah, he used to have diamond mines and shit like that. He was like one of the richest businessmen in like South Africa back in the day. And it was cool. Like I had no idea. And then I was like, oh my God, that's where Rhodes Scholar came from.
Mm.
So it was interesting. And Rhodesia, I didn't know Rhodesia had anything to do with somebody's name. So it was cool. Like reading those books, like you learn so much history just from reading like a historical fiction book.
Yeah.
But it's a cool story too. It's like a fun story. It's not just like reading a regular history book, you know?
That's an interesting one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Funny how stuff gets their name.
Yeah.
There's a whole guy that on Instagram that does stuff like that. Like how I can't even think of one right now, but just how stuff comes up.
Yeah. Like you ever heard somebody say, well, mind your P's and Q's. Old people used to say it. My grandma used to tell me that shit. Like I mean, nowadays, I don't know what the equivalent would be nowadays, but like, hey, don't get in too much trouble. You know what I mean? Or don't get too drunk, or don't like, you know what I mean? Don't be crazy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but like it comes from England, and they would say, like, you know, when the husband was going out to the bar, the wife would say, mind your P's and Q's, which means mind your pints and quarts.
Huh.
So don't drink too much.
Oh.
And then what it turned into, like my grandma used to say it to me. She'd be like, mind your P's and Q's, like when I would going out, and it was just like basically don't get in trouble and be a good boy. You know what I mean?
I like that.
But it's funny to like hear the history of it. You're like, oh my God, that's what that meant?
Yeah.
Or like the rule of thumb, you've heard that?
No, there's that one.
Have you heard somebody say,
Yeah,
well, the
I've heard
rule of thumb is,
Yeah, but I don't know.
Well, that originally was like back in the day, there was a law that you could legally beat your wife with a stick that was no bigger than your thumb. Fucking crazy. What? Yeah. So the rule of thumb is
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
But it's funny. I used to have a book too that had like all these different like quotes that we say nowadays. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like sayings that we used, and then like where they originally came from. Those are the only two I can really remember.
Yeah.
On a regular basis, but yeah.
I'm blanking on the ones that I've heard that were interesting.
Yeah.
Completely. It happens like that.
Yeah. Yeah, when you want to remember it, you can't remember shit.
Yeah, I want to be cool, you know. I can't remember it.
And then like movies, like all the things that are in our culture now because of movies, like sayings, like I'll be back.
Yeah.
I mean, like everybody knows what I'll be back means. You know what I mean? Even like kids now who have never seen the movie, and like they'll say I'll be back, knowing that it came from somewhere because somebody said it. Some of them might not even know it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. If they do know it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, they don't know it's from
the movie.
Yeah, from the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I'm still young. I'm 25 years old, but like the other day I was having a conversation with my little cousin. I was like, yeah, I like video games and stuff. I used to love Black Ops 2. And he's like, oh, that's an old game. I'm like, dang, bro. You're calling me out. So he's like, yeah, it's old. Yeah, compared to what's now.
Yeah.
The other one that tripped me out the most, I saw somebody saying, if you ask kids that were born past a certain time, you ask them to make a symbol of you on the phone. What do you ask? Like, you see kids now, ask them now, they will do this instead of this.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
it did not cross my mind until I'm like, I'm gonna try that out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've yet to see a kid like, you know, I want to try it out, but that's hilarious. They're gonna start doing this.
Yeah,
that's weird.
That is weird. That's super weird. Do you see that Instagram video where the dad like tells his like son and his son's friend, they're like in a room and he plugs in a rotary phone. You know what a rotary phone is?
Yeah, I know what that is.
So like he plugs in a rotary phone and he tells him, he's like, I'll give you this $100 if you can dial this number in 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And they couldn't dial the number.
They start talking to it?
Yeah, well, they would pick it up and then they'd start to dial it, and then like they wouldn't go all the way around on like the zero, you know what I mean? Or like they
okay.
Yeah, and then they'd hang it up and then pick it up again in like at the wrong time, you know what I mean? It was super weird.
You know what's
That's
crazy?
super funny though.
I've never tried one. I never
A rotary phone?
Yeah, I never had the chance to use one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how it works?
I guess so. Like if you want the number, you have to go and then let go and then go to the next number.
Yep. But you have to go all the way around. So
Right.
like it would be like 1, 2. And then if you're at 0, you're like 0, and you let it go. You let it go again.
Yeah. But stuck if like 1-800 numbers were back then. Like you know how 1-800.
Yep.
It'd be like.
Yeah. You know who Louis C.K. is? The comedian.
Louis C.K. I don't think I do.
He's fucking hilarious, bro. Like he's hilarious, and he's like he pushes the boundaries of like
being too raunchy.
Yeah, like too raunchy or saying like some fucked up shit. You know what I mean? Like he pushes the boundaries hard.
Yeah.
But he's hilarious, man. And he was talking about that though. Like he says he's like there's a thing on YouTube, if you look it up, it says everything's amazing and nobody's happy.
Mm.
And he talks about how like he's like I think he's on Jimmy Kimmel or something, and I think he actually does it in one of his stand-ups too. But he's like everything's amazing and nobody's happy. He's like, and he talks about the phone. He's like, you know, people will get on their phones now and they'll try to look up something on their phone. They'll be like, it's not working. He's like, give it a fucking second. It's going to fucking space and coming back. You know what I mean? And he's like, remember when you had rotary phones? He's like, he's like, and you hated people with zeros in their numbers. You had to go all the way around.
I have like 3 zeros in my number. I'm calling Cruz today.
Cruz has too many zeros in his phone. I'm not calling his Cruz. I'm calling his number.
Yeah, dude. If you want to laugh, you want to cry, like cry laughing. Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
The Machine. Have you heard of
him? Yeah.
Oh my, he's funny all the time.
I don't think I've ever listened to any of his stuff, but I know he's on Joe Rogan a lot.
Yeah, dude.
Because they're friends.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Everything he talks about, he just makes it 10 times funnier. It's not like just like him taking off his shirt and that's funny, but no, like he is just always on, just hilarious. And I saw him live in Tucson, and he was hilarious there too.
Yeah.
Really cool dude.
Yeah.
He's just genuine, and he just says what's on his mind, literally. And he's kind of pushing the boundaries sometimes too.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
There's one of my favorite comedians. He's newer. I mean, he's pretty famous now, and I always forget his name.
Matt Rife?
No,
I'm just kidding.
No, he was really funny on YouTube, and then he did that special, and the special was kind of lame. It was like his special wasn't funny. It was like he was trying to prove a point that I can say whatever I want and you can't cancel me.
Who's this?
Matt Rife.
Oh, Matt Rife?
Yeah, and he says a bunch of shit that like is cancelable, but he doesn't get canceled. And he's really funny. But then in his special, it's like all the funny went away, and it was just like shit to try to piss people off.
I never listened to his special.
I don't care. Like, you want to say funny shit that pisses people off, I think it's fucking hilarious. But like, at least be funny about it. You know what I mean? And he normally is. Like in all his YouTube videos, he's hilarious. Yeah. But his special was I didn't like his special.
No, I haven't seen the special.
Andrew Scholes. He's hilarious, man.
Andrew Scholes. I need to see his face, I think. Oh, yeah.
He's hilarious, man. And he does the same thing. Like, and he would do, I saw him when I first found out who he was. I was watching YouTube videos, and he was just like, he just straight up off the cuff is like doing crowd work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just somebody says something, he just goes with it and just is funny as shit, man. It makes fun of everybody.
Yeah, I think he was one of the first ones that started doing that whole YouTube shorts. Started making shorts of his comedy. Really? I think he was one of the first ones that adopted it or made it like a big deal. Or it was Matt Rife, one of those two. But Andrew Scholes, man, he is killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a Netflix special, and then Netflix canceled it because he had like this abortion bit that he
Oh.
wouldn't take out. That was super crazy, but it was still funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he wouldn't take it out. And they're like, yeah, that might be a little too much. He's like, well, I'm not taking it out. So they wouldn't put it on Instagram. So he pushed it out himself and sold it himself and did amazing.
Oh wow.
And so then Netflix came back and he did another special with Netflix recently. And that one was pushing the boundaries quite a bit too. He didn't do his abortion bit, but it was pushing the boundaries too. It was pretty funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get a chance, listen to Bert, dude. Bert Kreischer.
Yeah. I'll have to check him out, man.
Hilarious. He's do you have Netflix?
Yeah.
He's on Netflix. Got all his specials on there. And,
Oh, are they?
Yeah, man.
There's a movie called The Machine too, isn't it? Or is that one of his specials?
No, it's one of his specials, but they made a movie based on the story that he has about him traveling to Germany. I won't ruin it for you, but yeah, it's pretty funny.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys are the new comedy. I listened to Bernie Mac the other day for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, not first time. I've heard his story, his jokes before, but man, that guy was funny, man.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. My dad read his or listened to his book, and he had this confidence about him that was just like amazing. That everyone else was fighting to get the first spot or be last on the tour. I think it was the Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just standing at the doorway, just like, I'll go in on whenever you guys want me to be on.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm just confident that I'm going to make people laugh.
Yeah.
And that really stuck with me as saying, like, that's when you know, like, you got that confidence in you.
Right.
But, man, Bernie Mac, bro, he cracks me up.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bummer. He passed away.
Yeah, huge bummer.
Too young for sure.
No, have you seen the movie Life?
Yeah.
Dude, he was hilarious on that movie, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was a great movie.
Comedy, but also, like, pretty real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
a
for hilarious movie.
Yeah, comedy, man. Comedy has always been that medium that pushes boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It makes people think, you know?
Yeah. It's a joke, but, like, still pretty true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's some truth to it, but, like, it's funny, so... I mean, some people still get offended, but it keeps you from getting offended because it's funny. If you have a sense of humor, you know, like, all right, that's kind of fucked up. That's really funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard.
And it makes you think differently about it, or maybe it just makes you think about the situation that they bring up. You know?
Yeah.
It's cool.
There's a lot of movies like that. Like going back to Click, like that's one of those movies.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
sure.
funny, like he's doing all this funny stuff, but like you really look at the meaning of it.
Yeah.
Like, man, you want to be in it, all of it, you know?
Yeah.
Those long nights at work, or you having to be in a meeting, you know? Yeah, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's all the stuff you learn from, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Builds character.
It does. And you just look back, I mean, like, going through again back to, like, you're in the middle of it, but, like, laughing at it now, you know, get to look back at it. You're just like, yeah, it was I needed to go through that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. There's a lot of that shit that I look back on now, and I'm like, yeah, it was something good. Definitely came out of it. You know what I mean? It was a shitty experience or whatever, but like I learned from it and I grew from it. You know?
Yeah. And, like comedy, like movies and all that stuff, like. It's my escape, like my way of like just calming down, enjoying it. There's very few movies that like make you feel something, but especially comedies out of all of them.
Yeah.
And Adam Sandler does a great job at that. You know, I was really bummed about Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah.
Really bummed out.
Yeah, it wasn't super great.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was all right. I wasn't super excited about it.
Super upset.
Yeah.
You know, one cool thing he did do was for that one golfer, in the one that lived next to him, Uncle something.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's a real golfer.
He's a real golfer. Yeah. But he was going through a hard time, and he gave him a lot of screen time so that we can get paid for it.
Yeah.
That's really cool of him doing that.
Yeah. I was listening to what's the guy's name? You Can Do It.
Oh, Rob Schneider?
Yeah, Rob Schneider's listening to Rob Schneider, and he's gotten a lot of flack lately for his like political beliefs, you know what I mean? And but him and Adam Sandler have been friends forever, you know what I mean? So I think, and I don't think they have the same political beliefs, you know what I mean? But he's like, dude, he's like, we've always been friends, no matter what. And so like, even people are trying to like cancel Rob Schneider, but he's like, yeah, Adam Sandler put me in his movie anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then he was also telling a story about way back in the day when he was much younger. I think it was, I don't know if it was the first Happy Gilmore or maybe it was Gator, Waterboy, might have been Waterboy. I don't remember what it was, but he was like, he put me in his movie and I had one part, and he's like, I was having a hard time, you know what I mean? He's like, you know, financially, and he tried to give me like more screen time, but the studio's like, no, we don't, that's too much. We don't want that, him to do all that. So I think it was his only line was you can do it. You know what I mean? It was like his only line. But he's like, dude, he's like, I think I had like 20 days on that picture, because like Adam kept saying, yeah, just come on back tomorrow. You know what I mean? And they'd like reshoot like, you can do it, like on a different day. You know what I mean? Just so Adam Sandler could get him paid.
Oh, dang. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, those movies really shaped my humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deuce Bigelow, Man Gigolo.
Yep.
Yeah. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, all those.
Yeah. Those are great movies.
Yeah.
I remember I had like 3 roommates. We were all living in this house when Happy Gilmore came out, and it was just on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the TV, just on loop.
Really?
Yeah, we would have parties. We would like sit on and play games. We would eat like dinner or whatever, and it was just on the TV on loop. Just Happy Gilmore all day.
Just simpler times. Just freaking not bombarded with all these freaking shows and movies, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like they're just making stuff to make stuff now.
I know.
Yeah. Like the last one.
Did you see the new Superman?
No, I've never watched any of the Superman.
Really?
Never.
You not into comic books?
No, I do. I do Marvel and stuff, and I like some like I like the Batman series and stuff.
Yeah.
Superman never
got into Superman.
Never like really called my attention.
No.
But what happened?
I've always loved Superman. He's not my favorite, you know what I mean, but he's always been super cool to me, you know what I mean. And most of the Superman movies have turned out to be really good, you know what I mean. And especially the last couple with Man of Steel, and then the ones that he was in with Justice League and stuff like that, and the Batman versus Superman, like those movies were good, and that Superman was good. But the one they just came out with, I just watched it a couple days ago. Fucking terrible, man.
Oh man,
I did not like it at all. But like it's got like Super Dog in it. Crypto is his name, and he's like Super Dog, and then like his cousin, like Supergirl, is in it at the end. So they're probably gonna like make a spin off of that, or like have her in the next one or something. And I'm just like, and it was kind of like corny. You know what I mean? Like more corny than like any Superman is, but like this Man of Steel and stuff like that, like they were more like realistic-ish for a superhero movie. You know what I mean? But like this one was kind of like jokey and like had like, I don't know. I didn't like it at all. It did not impress me at all. It's kind of bummed.
The one that surprised me the most was Spider-Man.
Which one?
The newer ones. The newer Spider-Man's like, that will forever be a core memory, watching when Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland are all in one. Yeah. That was cool, man. Yeah. They did it perfectly.
Yeah, that was perfect, man, because like my biggest complaint about Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's always been one of my favorites, Spider-Man and Venom, too. I love Venom.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was pissed on that Spider-Man movie that had the dude from that 70s show.
Which one?
Was have you seen that 70s show?
No, I haven't. No, but I know it's like Ashton Kutcher and
it's the dorky kid.
I don't remember.
What's the actor's name? Topher Grace.
Topher? No, I don't know. I need to see their face.
He's a good actor, and I like him, but they made him Venom, and I was like, you can't make that dude Venom, bro. Like, and then it was a weird Venom.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Well, he was Venom.
Yeah, I didn't really see him as a bad character.
No, he's horrible. Like he's the was. I was like, dude, you just fucked Venom up, bro. Like,
Oh,
that's bullshit. You just disrespected Venom.
The new Venom,
the new ones with Tom Hardy are great, bro.
Yeah.
They're good.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Picky?
And that's the kind of person you want that
Yes.
should play Venom. He's a bigger, stockier dude. He's got some issues. You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Peaky Blinders?
Yes.
Bro, him in Peaky Blinders?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal actor.
He's got range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did this show called Taboo, which is weird and strange and kind of creepy, but really, really good. But I guess wasn't real popular because it only had 2 seasons and then they canceled it.
Oh, okay.
But I liked it. I thought it was cool. But he plays a cool character in that.
I've never seen Taboo.
Yeah. Yeah, I love him. Did you see the fighter? I think it was called Fighter or Fighting, the movie he was in where he was a UFC fighter, and he fought his brother.
Where he was known as like ripping off the door off of a tank or something like that. I think I know what you're talking about. With Jake Gyllenhaal?
No.
No? Okay, maybe I'm mixing up movies.
No, it's not Jake Gyllenhaal. ChatGPT. What movie does Tom Hardy play a UFC fighter? Oh, whoops. What movie does Tom Hardy play a UFC fighter?
Warrior.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, Warrior.
Yeah, I remember that movie. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
He ends up breaking his arm.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Did you see Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
He's a boxer.
Yeah, but it's been so long.
Good movie, bro.
Yeah.
It was so good. Jake Gyllenhaal's another guy who's become one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, he's got range as well.
Yeah.
Someone that's underrated, man, that's like funny as hell is Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
That dude is so underrated.
Yeah, he is.
He's funny. I saw him in Horrible Bosses the other day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro. He's just natural at it, man. I don't even know how to explain it.
Do you watch Ozark?
Yeah, I do. I didn't finish it though, but yes, I did watch it.
I've never watched it. My girlfriend's watched it, and she keeps telling me that it's awesome, and I need to watch it. And all I've ever heard is it's amazing, and I love Jason Bateman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it's on my list to watch, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I need that one. I need to finish, but yeah, I started it, didn't finish it for whatever reason. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it just really teaches you about business.
Yeah,
it really does. Yeah, it does.
I'll have to check it out.
Teaches you some not the best practices, but like some stuff that like you wouldn't really. It's like thinking out of the box a little bit.
Oh yeah,
yeah. From what I saw, a little bit. Didn't get to see it all, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, like Breaking Bad for me. Have you watched Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
we binged it in prison.
Oh really? You guys were allowed to watch that?
Well, it was on at one of the prisons I was at, and then we had a different warden that came in that like changed to what we had on cable. But it was on FX, and it was FX did a whole like every day they played like 6 episodes every day for like I don't know, like 2 or 3 weeks or something.
Yeah.
And so like I just spent all my time in there watching Breaking Bad, watched it all, just like binged it.
Yeah, I watched it once when I was 14, and then I rewatched it when I was like 21.
Yeah.
Completely different, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good, man.
Yeah.
And have you seen Better Call Saul?
No.
That's another good one too.
Did you see the movie Nobody with that actor?
No.
It's awesome, bro.
Is
it's
it?
that same actor from Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And Nobody 2's in the theaters right now.
Yeah, I haven't seen either one.
Oh, you got to watch it. It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
I've been wanting to watch Accounting too. I didn't go watch that.
You didn't? It was good.
Yeah.
It was real good.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
I like that one guy. Didn't think Accounting too. Not Ben Affleck, but the
other guy from
Punisher?
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, yeah.
Yeah, and The Punisher.
That dude is crazy.
Yeah.
In acting. He actually slapped. There's a movie with him and Tom Holland. He actually slapped him in that movie. I'm not sure what the movie was. But
it's I think it's Fury.
No, it's not Fury. No.
No.
That's Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, no, Shia LaBeouf was.
In Fury with
Yeah, but that wasn't the new kid. Who's the new kid?
I don't know. But Tom Holland? Is that what you mean?
Who played the new kid? Shia LaBeouf wasn't the new kid. Shia LaBeouf was the preacher guy.
Right. I don't remember who the new kid was.
I don't either.
I don't know either. But that movie was good too, Fury.
Yeah,
That one was
really good movie.
really put perspective of like dying in war, being a warrior.
Yep.
That was good.
Yeah.
A good perspective.
Did you see F1 yet?
No, I haven't seen that
Brad
one
Pitt's
either.
new movie.
No.
I just watched it the other day. It was good.
Really?
It was really good. Yeah.
I should go watch that. Yeah, I haven't been in the movies much. I need to go.
Yeah, I used to go all the time, man. I've seen 2 this week, but I haven't seen before that. I haven't seen a movie in months at the theater. I used to be the guy that like when I would go to work, people would be like, "Hey, I'm thinking about going to see this movie. What do you think?" And I'm like, "Oh, great," because I saw every single movie at the theater.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was our thing, like to go and just watch a movie all the time as a family. The last movie I watched in theaters was Sinners, I think it was.
Okay.
With Michael B. Jordan.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Was it?
It's based on like a true story.
Oh really?
It's loosely based.
Yeah.
But it really puts in perspective on like who you let into your life.
Really?
Yeah. Look at the behind the meaning of it, even if it is a fiction or a nonfiction.
Yeah.
You got to be careful who you let into your space.
Right, for sure.
For real. Like, it was that good. But his acting is phenomenal.
Yeah, I like Michael B. Jordan.
That dude's crazy for doing both at the same time like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really showed his expertise as an actor.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's
cool. I haven't seen it. I forgot he played both people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's all the movies I've ever seen him in, he's always been really good.
Yeah. He killed in like pretty much every movie. Creed.
Yeah.
Was a Black Panther movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really see him as a bad character, but he did a good job.
Yeah.
I don't think he really was the fit for the role, to be honest with you.
For Black Panther?
Yeah, because I don't see him as a bad guy, his persona and everything. But he did a good job fulfilling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I love like Jackie Chan, man. Speaking of actors and stuff, Jackie Chan is one of a kind.
Yeah.
That guy, just watching him use a simple thing as a chair to be a movement in a fight scene.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Watching all his old movies.
Yep.
Rush Hour, Shanghai Noon, all that. Shanghai Nights. Yeah.
Yeah, and seeing like what he can do with like just objects in the room and stuff is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that one fight scene in Rush Hour when he's in that pool hall.
Yeah.
And he's using the pool sticks and stuff.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he's an artist, man.
Yeah.
Being able to do what he does.
It really broke my heart seeing him watch his old movies and stuff with his daughter. And he's just crying about it. He's like,
"Oh, I didn't see that."
Oh, dude, it breaks your heart, man.
Yeah.
He's old now,
Yeah.
But he's watching himself like watch his old stunts and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just kind of hits you like, man, that's tough.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd never be anyone like him though.
No.
Yeah.
No. Well, we've been doing this a while, man.
It was 4 hours now.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I'm good to call it if you're good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. So I'm gonna eat. See what the little woman's doing down there.
Well, thanks for having me, man. This is a huge honor, man.
Man, I'm glad to have you, man. You've always been on my list to have on my podcast. I'll have you on again, man. You'll be one of my regulars.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I'd be down. This is fun. This is my first podcast, and I'm excited to see where I see myself in a year from now.
Yeah. That's the other thing I want to do is just talk to, every time, like, talk to some people when they're starting out. You know what I mean, and kind of the beginning of their journey. You know what I mean. Same place I am in my journey. You know what I mean, and then like see how everybody grows. Have people back a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now. See how everybody grows. You know what I mean. Yeah,
and going back to you being so genuine about you being interested in people, you're gonna have big people on this podcast. Yeah, you're just gonna be attracting that kind of vibe. Yeah, attracting those kind of people.
I hope so. I hope I at least get big enough because I want anybody and everybody, man. You know what I mean? Just like I don't care, man.
No,
I mean, just see what I can learn from whoever. You know what I mean? And just get to know people and who they are and what they do and why they do it.
Yeah, dude.
See what I can learn from them. It'll be real estate heavy, you know what I mean? But it won't be pigeonholed into real estate. It'll be a little bit of everything.
That's cool, man. I like that. Yeah, you're giving that freedom, that space.
Well, you got any place anybody can follow you if they want to follow you on Instagram or anything?
Yeah, if you guys want to reach out, ask questions either about Airbnb or epoxy floor coatings, you guys can reach me at Instagram Cruz Gamez 20 CruzGamez 20.
Cool.
And that'll be my Instagram handle forever. Cool. And you guys can reach me there, ask me questions, or just want to connect. I'm down to talk to anyone and everyone. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll call it and we'll do it again.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, man.
No worries. Thanks. Thank you.